This is Allied Services Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside John Hens's Veterans Memorial Stadium in Peckville, Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a battle of the unbeaten as two state-ranked teams go head-to-head as number 7 Berwick takes on number 3 Valley View. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to week number 6 of high school football. Joining me tonight, the dynamic duo. First, former Tunkhannock area coach Jan Secak and Hall of Fame coach Stan Kaharski. And Jan, first half of the season, it's been pretty easy for these two teams, but it gets tougher starting tonight.
Tonight is for the marbles for the district championship game. Both these teams, Bob, as you alluded to, have had fairly easy schedules. Berwick's got a tough road in front of them. Valley View, the same thing. They can't take any team lightly right now. Power play points are now an implication for Berwick with 2 6A schools remaining on their schedule.
Let's talk about Berwick. The offense pretty inconsistent, but they've been winning games. But it's their defense that has been dominating opponents, giving up only 4.6 points per game. Tegan Wilk, our Toyota Spotlight player of the game, is the reason why.
And that young man has a nose for the football. He has 15 interceptions in his career at Berwick. He brings in 5 from Southern Columbia. That young man, he can get it done on the defensive side, and I'll tell you, that entire defense is really dominating.
No one knows Valley View better than Stan Kaharski, and the offense doing a nice job for Valley View. Over 43 points per game. Janasa Boone, their quarterback, leading the way. He is their other Toyota Spotlight player.
Yeah, he's the X factor. We've said this since last year. He can hurt you with his arm. He can hurt you certainly with his feet. He's dynamic. He's so athletic. He's got great vision. There's not enough adjectives to explain the impact that he has had on the Cougars over the last 2 years.
Well, another perfect night for high school football. Let's check in now with meteorologist Allie Debicki from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Hey there, Bob. Beautiful evening out there for the Berwick at Valley View game. Stadium forecast is all good when you look at it. We have clear sky for kickoff. Temperatures starting off in the mid-60s. Might feel a little cool out there by the time we get towards the end of the game. We stay dry with temperatures nearing 63 degrees. We'll have another look at your forecast and what to expect, but as of now, you're all good for your game forecast. We'll send it back to you on the field.
Thank you, Allie. It's a game the whole state will be watching. It's number 7 Berwick and number 3 Valley View. It's coming up next.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Allied Services, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Figured Law Firm, Luzerne County Community College, Casey Dental, Keystone College, and Net Credit Union.
Imagine getting a nurse's aid scholarship and tuition assistance while getting paid as a CNA. Allied Services has excellent career opportunities for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. Visit allied-services.org/careers today.
Following an injury, clients are often unaware of the options available to protect them and their families. Having represented thousands of clients and recovered millions of dollars for injury victims, there's really only one way a client can make an informed decision: to be advised of the best options available while pursuing a claim. Knowing what is best for you as the client assures me, as your attorney, that I achieve the best result for you in your time of need.
Legal advice when in need. Figured Law Firm for you and your family.
Imagine getting a nurse's aid scholarship and tuition assistance while getting paid as a CNA. Allied Services has excellent career opportunities for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. Visit allied-services.org/careers today.
The Bulldogs making their way onto John Hens's Veterans Memorial Field, followed by the home team, the Cougars from Valley View. We are back with a capacity crowd on hand here in Peckville, Pennsylvania, as Berwick takes on the Cougars of Valley View. The third member of our crew, as always, is Paul Grippy. And Paul, unusual tonight to see a new face on the Berwick sidelines.
Well, Berwick doesn't change coaches too often.
He's only the 4th man to hold the job since 1971. That is Carmen DeFrancisco at the ripe age of 66, the oldest head coach in all of District 2. He's been around quite a bit. He's won 5 district titles. He's been to Cardinal Brennan, Mount Carmel, Danville, Shamokin, Upper Dauphin. He played as a star football player at Mount Carmel. His career record as a coach in 22 years, 157 and 97. He was in retirement, not heavily involved in the game, just kind of staying in touch. And the Berwick job opened up and he thought, why not? Always a bit of a dream job for him. So he applied. He got the job, and he's taking over, of course, a legendary football program. He told me before the game, these players have no trouble getting motivation. He's enjoying it. He's 5-0, and this is the first time he's back in this area in 50 years as a player with Mount Carmel. He played against Blakely High School in their last ever season in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Then, in 69 and 70, he played against Valley View the year after the schools merged. That was also in the Eastern playoffs. Otherwise, he's had very little impact, influence, and travel in the Lackawanna League, but happy to be back here tonight learning about the league and knows he's got a real opponent in front of him in Valley View, just like in the old days, Bob.
Thank you, Paul. There are your referees tonight. 3 from the Wyoming Valley Conference, 3 from the Lackawanna Football Conference. Our referee tonight will be the veteran Paul Sheehan. Now on the field, our national anthem. Our national anthem here at Valley View. And to follow up the Garm DeFrancisco talk, the only one in the booth, Jan, that could possibly have played against Garm is our own Stan Kaharski. And did you play against him?
I was in college at the time.
Thank you. So you,
but I did coach against him.
That's right, you did coach against him.
I did coach against Wallenpaupack against Danville on a icy Monday night because the game had to be moved. And fortunately, we were able to beat the Ironmen. Carmen remembers that because he had to put his son in, who was dislocated his shoulder the game before after the first play because the backup got KO'd and broke his hand.
So both teams getting last-minute instructions on special teams. Berwick won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so why not, Jan? We'll see a prolific offense against a dominant defense.
And it's going to be a great high school battle this evening, Bob. Stan, you're going to be out here. We're going to have a great time tonight with this.
Oh, that should be rocking and rolling here at the Cougar Den. And it's a packed house on the home side of the field, and the stands on the opposite side are filling up pretty quickly. All the people in Berwick are home watching us on TV, though, I hope.
So Eric Montes will tee it up for the Bulldogs. Back to receive Alex Zavkoff. Along
Harrison.
With Harrison?
Yeah, Jacob Harrison.
So we are set, and the battle of unbeatens is underway. Zavkoff from his 13. Nice hold. Good run. and a great position for the Cougars to start out at midfield. So that's what we'll see. Janasa Boone coming in, 6-foot senior. His career total, passing and running, 3,200 yards. There's what he's done this year. Stan? And not too bad, and you can't stop raving about this kid.
No, I can't. His athleticism is it's rare. He is, without question, one of the most dynamic players in this part of Pennsylvania.
This will certainly be the biggest test of the year for both teams with their big win so far. A loss. Berwick's defense shoots right in, making the
Number
stop
9,
was
Blaine.
number 9.
Yep, Blaine Cleveler.
Here is the offense for Valley View, averaging 43 points per game. There you see Manchak's having a nice year, 7 touchdowns. Your receivers, pretty good ones, Alex Zapkoff and Consaretti. And we'll talk about the tight end. So there's a change in the offense. Kyler Rosina will move to tight end, be number 87. Starting at right guard, P.J. Schuster is a senior. We'll follow that up in a second as Manchak takes the handoff. And Stan Dylan Hawanis, the starting tight end, hurt his knee again in last week's game. He's out as we look at the replay. So Rosina, who's played before at tight end, will step right in. Number 87.
He has. He's had a great year for him as a defensive lineman, and certainly he's played guard. And of course, last year he was a tight end, so he's in a familiar position.
Jan, already we see that Berwick defense.
Number 42, Eric Montz, on that last stop. And they're playing their 4-4, but they're bringing the outside linebacker up to give him a 5-man front.
Boone Zapkoff holds on to the ball, and it'll be right at the 40 and should be a first down.
You know, Bob, some people have questioned whether Janasa Boone is a complete quarterback, whether he can throw the ball. You'll see on this play, he steps into it, throws a bullet to Zapkoff, and picks up an important first down after 2 downs, gain nothing.
And that slant pattern, Stan, is one of the hardest passes to defend, and they did a great job of that. Valley View splitting that Berwick defense back there.
Valley View really hasn't had the pass much this year. Fullback handoff. Noto up through the junior, gains 5.
That play is one that Valley View uses sparingly, but it's one that keeps defensive honest. It's just a quick trap. Sometimes it's a straight ahead dive, but usually it's a quick trap. And TJ Noto is a big kid. It's tough to bring down.
On that play, Stanley, the free safety, Tegan Will, came up, made the first contact, and bounced off of him.
But he made the contact. That's
yes,
the
he
important
did,
thing.
from that free safety spot.
I spy on Boone, and they get him in the backfield. Again, 9 shooting in.
Yeah, that was Blaine Cleaver.
Cleaver coming in on that great hit.
Well, Bob, I said before the game and during the course of the week, Valley View's going to have to throw the ball. They've got to take a little bit of pressure off the run game and take their chances throwing it. He's got 2 good receivers in Consaretti and Zapkoff, and of course he can throw it.
And if Berwick's one weakness, it might be in the secondary. I mean, they say it's strong, but in the games I've seen, other teams have been able to pass a little bit. Boone facing pressure. Host of white jerseys in the backfield. He throws it up for grabs. It goes incomplete. And that Berwick defense holds after a good special teams return.
Zaluko and Montez brought a lot of pressure, and Janessa Boone on that play is so elusive that he still was able to get that ball thrown downfield.
It was a jump ball, a good no call on the part of the receivers. Both the receiver and the defensive back jostling to try to get in position to catch that. This is the thing that I'm sure Valley View was aware of, that they were going to bring pressure, bringing people off the edges, and really trying to force him to get out of that pocket area and chase him down.
Now they're forcing with no backs, Berwick's defense.
4th down, Boone with time. Consaretti, and they're going to say it's complete. I saw the ball here hit the turf, but it's a first down for Valley View.
Last time I checked, there's no replay in high school football, is there?
No, there is not.
Here, we'll see it right here. Well,
again,
no matter what, they're moving on with the play.
You can see the athleticism of Janasa Boone. I mean, to throw the ball with that type of accuracy on the run is really rare for high school quarterbacks.
Zafkoff, a little bit of a hole. Here now your Quad A Driving Academy starting defense for the Bulldogs of Berwick. They play a 4-2-5, and Montez and Laubach on the outside, really very good players. The linebackers, Schechterle's coming in with a lot of tackles, and real smart kid as well. And then 5, well, they call them defensive backs, but they'll be all over the place. Tegan Wilkin there as well, along with Peyton Williams. So Boone keeps it again, and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't want to be redundant, but again, Valley View's going to have a tough time running the football. They're really going to have to put some pressure on the secondary, and of course the line up front has to protect Janasa.
And Berwick's defensive line is really doing a nice job staying at home, playing their gap responsibility.
No gain on the play, so another third down. Getting the play from the sidelines. They come in Zafkoff. Berwick's defense only gives up 14 yards per game rushing. They'll try it on the ground. Laubach shoots in. It's been a 4th down on the way.
To only give up 14 yards a game in rushing says a lot about their defense. But this defense of Berwick, the Dogs are going to be tested to the max this evening, as they are right now.
We'll see what's been called on this particular play. Here we're going to see a trip set to the left. And I'm sure we're going to see the tight end
wide open.
To Rosina, wide open. Touchdown.
I saw that coming. Spread the formation, took the corner out of the box with that motion, and was able to just zip the ball into Kyler Rosina.
And there was nobody in the middle of the field to cover that.
Well, you had trips to the other side, so you're running out of people to defend. It's a great call by Scott Vasilchak, the offensive coordinator.
The Cougars go the 50 yards in 10 plays, and through the air, Rosina just changed numbers. Back to his tight end position, catches his first touchdown of the year. Volchik in for the extra point, and with 6:08 remaining in this exciting game, the Cougars jump out 7-0.
It's time to go. Toyota, with the best resale value of any brand, again for the 3rd year in a row. Because when it comes to holding value, nobody does it better than Toyota. In fact, Toyota has 3 of the top 10 ranked by KBB.com for 2019, including Tacoma at number 1. Now, lease yours for $259 a month, or buy with $1,500 cash back, or pick a Tundra with $3,000 cash back. Go reliable, go Toyota, and let's go places.
We are back. Friday Night Rivals, brought to you by Allied Services. The home crowd liking what they saw so far. They go a nice drive, takes about 6 minutes off the clock, Stan, and as you talked about, through the airs where they may have success.
You got to give the coaching staff a lot of credit. I'm sure they studied a lot of tape this week, and they certainly had a great play put in there for just that situation.
Berwick returns it.
One of the things that the Cougars have to be conscious of is not to kick the ball to Tegan Wilk.
And they didn't. They took it to Lopez, who brought it up. And here is the quarterback, Ryan Laubach, a senior, 6'4", 6 foot, 184 pounds. He's thrown for 588 yards, just 3 interceptions, and 6 touchdowns, John.
And more importantly, he has rushed for over 200 yards this year with his feet, obviously, and then he has 2 touchdowns. So he's their leading rusher. And this offense is now going to have to establish a run game to open up that pass game for the Bulldogs.
Fumble. It looks like they got it back. Wilk lost about 4. Here is the offense for Berwick, brought to you by Quad A Driving Academy. Lawback, Mason, and Maurer getting the start tonight. Mason with 410 yards. The receivers, Wilson there, you just saw him go out. Sean Sheptock, also a very good wideout. And up front, pretty decent size. They have 4 seniors and a junior.
And they average 237 pounds across.
Sheptock hangs on just past the 42.
He's one of the keys to their offense. They're going to try to get the ball in his hands and in Tegan Wilkes' hands as often as they can.
I would imagine they're going to try to get Sean Sheptock one-on-one because he's one of their 4x1 team, and he's also a 100-meter sprinter, and he's extremely fast. I believe last year at districts he was at 11-1.
This offense looks a little sluggish through the year once in a while, but last week pretty good against Sealands Grove. They won 23-7. They did put up 42 points against Valley West. So on third down, Lawback keeps it. He drags Rosina, and he's going to be up for a first down for Berwick.
On that play, the RPO, run pass option, he does a nice read, pulls, and then he falls forward for the first down with a great second effort.
Lawback is the leading rusher, I believe, on
Yes,
Berwick's football team.
This defense for Valley View, they give up about 13 points per game, and most of that is with their backups, has been in the second half. RPO, and he give it to Mason, and the defense is right there on the spot.
That's Ryan Turlip, inside backer, has had a great year up to this particular point. She shot that A-gap.
And on that read option, Aiden Mason had nowhere to go. Valley View's defense really did a tremendous job shutting that down.
Mason last week had a nice game, I should say, against Pittston area. Just 10 rushes, 136 yards. That's his high for the season for Mason. He's just a sophomore. Loss of 2 on that. Time for Lawbach. Gets it out to Maurer. Maurer up inside Valley View territory.
On that
Here are the Quad A Driving Academy defensive line for Valley View. Kozlowski up front with Smith. Then the linebackers. Pretty good ones. Turlip, we've already seen him. The leading tackler is Korhard. And then the secondary, Adam Hawan, is just a freshman, but pretty big freshman at 6'4". Maurer cuts it in, but a flag comes in late. But Maurer with a nice run up to the 30. We'll see what the flag is, though.
Where that came from, it looks like it may be a hold. Bob, the first 9 minutes of this football game has shown us something I think important, that the Cougars and the Bulldogs are going to have a tough time running the football.
Well, that was a pretty good run, and it will add on at the end a personal foul.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Berwick.
Berwick that time went to the outside with Valley View's 4-3 defense and that cover 2 that's going to form that alley inside there where the free safety is. And Berwick took advantage of that.
I'm not sure how that's running the passer. He didn't pass the ball.
I don't disagree with this. So they're inside the Allied Services red zone. That's all I'll say about that for Berwick. Putting a nice drive together after Valley View scored on their opening possession. And flags coming in late. There's going to be movement.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
This Berwick team can run the ball. They ran for over 335 yards against Valley West this year.
They were slow to start with their rushing attack at the beginning of the year, and they've gotten better and better each week.
Well, you have new coaches and maybe just some new schemes and stuff.
New installation in the way they want things done, the execution that these coaches are looking for.
So Wilk now will actually take the snap. Laubach leading the way. Wilk gets the corner and up just past the 15.
Valley View's defense is going to have to make an adjustment right there. There's nobody on the edge. You'll see here, there's all white shirts.
They're overlapping with the extra running back in there to get that extra blocker.
You have to be impressed, though, with Berwick is responding.
Oh, this is they have to get that into the end zone, and that's going to send a message to Valley View saying we came to play.
Especially after last year, where Valley View just came in and pretty much dominated Berwick again. Maurer with a nice hole. Inside the 5 to the 2. First and goal, Berwick inside the Allied Services red zone.
Berwick on that last play, they ran a little misdirection, a scissor action with the pulling guard coming and cleaning out to the left side. That was a nice job in there, nice job, because they bit that with the fullback going left and the tailback going right.
Nice job by the offensive line for Berwick, setting up that hole. Power formation for the Bulldogs. And another flag.
Somebody may be lined offside. It looks like it might be the Cougars.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
This drive started at the 36, just about 6 minutes left. They've taken about 5 minutes off the clock.
At this pace, this could be a very fast game, especially how these teams are running the ball.
They have
chewing up the clock.
Tegan Wilk is at the tailback position.
He's run for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. He gets the ball and he gets a push. No signal yet. He's going to be just short.
They ran that isolation play with the fullback leading up through for tailback Tegan Wilk. The East Carolina commit can do it all. He's just a talented athlete.
Surprised he didn't get in with the push from the offensive line.
That offensive line did have a nice push, but I felt personally I think they were a little bit too high. They've got to dig those guys out.
Wilk, Tegan Wilk in for a Berwick touchdown, leaps over, and with the extra point we could be tied.
You'll see right there, there's the pulling guard. Lead it up through with the fullback. Tegan Wilk jumped right up over for the 6 points.
Berwick responds with a 10-play drive of their own, 64 yards. Hinkle on for the PAT. Up and through, 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Guys, we'll stay right here. So break it down. What have you seen so far? We've seen a lot of offense.
The game's living up to its expectations. I mean, it's here first quarter. It's a dead tie, 17 seconds to go. Valley View's got to shut down that run, and they've got to be aware of the double threat that Laubach has. So, great game so far.
And if you're a Berwick fan?
And if you're Berwick, the Valley View's offense has to be stopped. And again, a couple different adjustments. Valley View started with that new tight end in there, Rosina, which they didn't expect. I know the coaching staff is going to make those adjustments, and they're going to just have to try and stop Janessa Boone, which not too many teams have figured out how to do that.
No, they haven't.
11th meeting between these two teams. It's tied 5-5. Valley View is, according to my report, has won 4 straight in this series, including last year, and then, of course, the year before. They won in double overtime at Crispin Field to win the District 2 4A championship. A lot of history with these two teams.
Yeah, I think during the George Curry era, the Bulldogs had their way with the Cougars.
Yep. A lot of teams. A lot of teams couldn't match up the Curry era with Berwick. Zafkoff again on special teams gives Valley View very good field position up past the 40.
Alex Zavkoff is an athlete. You know, he's 6 feet, he's about 180 pounds, very, very quick, can catch the football, plays great in the secondary. He's a quality player.
On that return, again, Berwick had 2 defenders right next to each other deep, which is creating that gap and that void for the Valley View Cougars to run through. And you would think after that first return, they would have had that fixed.
So Boone and the offense back out on the field after scoring on their opening drive. No room at all as the defense once again right there. Laubach on top.
Berwick has 6 or 7 people right on the line of scrimmage, and they're bailing out and they're plugging each of their gaps. Again, Valley View is going to have to adjust to that.
So 1 quarter in the book in this battle of the unbeatens. And we're tied.
Hello, I'm Melise Sabatini, Marketing Director at Net Credit Union. Net Credit Union has a team of credit score experts ready to help you. Establishing a high credit score is important. Your credit score dictates the interest you'll pay on your loans. A low score can prevent you from being approved for the money you need. The higher the score, the lower the risk. The lower the risk, the more money you save. Did you know your car insurance is based off your credit score? We may be able to help you raise your credit score, lower your monthly payments, and eliminate high interest debt. Net is proud to be a supporter of tonight's community event. There's so much more you get when you bank on Net. Net is federally insured by the NCUA and equal opportunity lender. Visit netcreditunion.com/credit score for more information.
Starting the second quarter, a 7-7 game between Valley View and Berwick, and let's take a moment to recognize our Figured Law Firm Scholar Athletes of the game. First for the Bulldogs, the tight end, number 36, Dallas Schechterly, an outstanding football player, outstanding scholar. He has 3 catches this season, all went for touchdowns. He's on the Distinguished Honor Roll, National Honor Society, the Challenger Program. He's also an AP Scholar. For Valley View, it's Taylor Saprosky. She's a district champion cross-country runner, district champion on the track team as well, Distinguished Honor Roll, National Honor Society. She is class president, and she's student council president. She also ranks #1 in her class. Her future plans are to study nutrition and be a registered dietitian. So thank you to Dallas Schechterly of Berwick, Taylor Saprosky of Valley View for our Figured Law Firm Scholar Athletes of tonight, Bob.
Thank you, Paul. The play you missed was an incomplete pass, so it's 3rd down on the way facing the Cougars. Over the middle, and Consaretti had it, but it might have been thrown a little bit low. 4th down upcoming, Stan.
That's a ball that needs to be caught. But before that, Bob, the Valley View offensive line is going to have to do a much better job of stopping the penetration of the front 4, plus the people coming off the edges, if they're going to be able to be successful in this football game.
So Rosina, number 87 now, is back. Does the punting. Tegan Wilk back to receive. Just a high, short kick away from Tegan Wilk. Let's see where they're going to mark it. And Berwick will have good field position, though, to begin their second possession. Here are your Berwick Grotto Pizza keys to the game.
Limit Boone's big plays and consistency on offense. And we know that trying to limit Janessa Boone, that is a tall order. And that last series, they were very consistent by having that wonderful drive to answer Valley View's opening drive touchdown.
They also had a personal foul that helped them as well. So here comes the offense back on for the Bulldogs, knowing that in the back of their mind through the offseason, losing to Valley View was very tough on them, especially home at Crispin Field last year.
They were embarrassed last year, and the kids didn't forget that are back on this team.
Laubach being pressured, and the quarterback going to go up for what's going to be about a 2-yard gain. They say the ball came out, but no. Berwick will retain possession.
And you got to give props to Valley View's secondary on this to shut that down. That's a sack coverage there, and he had nowhere to go but other than to rush to the ball.
Number 25, Mike Smith, did a nice job of establishing an edge and forcing Lawback back inside where the Cougars were rallying towards the football.
And Coach Hawan obviously spends a lot of time with the strip drill with the second player coming in trying to pull that ball out.
Inside they go to Mason. He goes up for about 3 more.
Aiden Mason is only a sophomore, 212 pounds, and he has 3 touchdowns this year and 410 yards rushing.
Valley View is going to have to take away the intermediate pass on this. The Bulldogs have been able to throw the ball in stops, like a 3-step drop on the part of the quarterback. There we see Wilk in a slot.
Fullback drop to Mason. He's got a first down and more inside Cougar territory up to the 38-yard line. An 18-yard gain.
Stan, you said earlier that's what Valley View likes to do every once in a while, slip that ball to the fullback, and Berwick just did that, and their offensive line sealed it, and he bounced it to the outside for that
the
huge
Cougars
first
had
down.
trouble defending the zone play against Prep in the second half. Last week, not such a problem, but they've got to do a better job of stopping that simple dive or zone play.
Yeah, against Grandin Prep, they gave up 140 yards rushing. Maurer, he gets tripped up on the outside. Looks like either Smith came in.
Then Berwick, the Bulldogs, they were running the power play, and that's right guard Noah Craig, the 6', 256-pound senior, leading the way with the fullback trying to pick up the second defender coming in.
So both teams have showed real good play calling on 3rd down and 4th down so far. They keep drives alive in this game.
Absolutely, very key to both offenses tonight.
Laubach keeps it. He finds a gap. He's up to the 29. Turlip there.
In the RPO, that's known as the divide play, where you take the step with the fullback, and then the quarterback pulls and goes straight up.
They had no penetration that time. You see, Ryan Turlip made that tackle, but it was downfield. He's got to attack that line of scrimmage on plays like that.
Valley View changes interior linemen on the defensive side on this 3rd and 1. They stack it up. It's going to be depending on the mark. Did he get to the line to gain?
Down.
Yep. Mason on the carry. Did he get it? I think he's coach short.
Short. You could see this line.
PJ Schuster on this does a nice job for Valley View. And again, he lined up against a 215-pound senior, and he has 50 pounds on the kid. So he did a good job plugging that inside.
Timeout on the field with 8:03 remaining in this quarter. We'll take a timeout. We're still tied in Peckville.
What I liked about Keystone is the flexible schedules.
When I chose to go to Keystone, I chose to be a resident student even though I lived close to campus.
Keystone was a perfect fit for me. It truly felt like family and still is today.
I chose Keystone College, and then I chose to start my own business.
I chose Keystone College, and Atlantic Emergency Associates chose me.
I chose Keystone College, and then I started my own business.
Attend open house Saturday, October 19th. Students and parents register at keystone.edu.
You woke up on time. You remembered your coworker's son's name. You ate a salad. You impressed your boss. You remembered to get some groceries. You read a book. You went to bed before midnight. You're already adulting, and it isn't that hard. If you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage. But with a mortgage from Net Credit Union, you can buy your first home. Ask Net about first-time home buyer mortgages.
We are back tied at 7, 4th down on the way. Let's see what the play call was. We'll take a look at it if we can.
Here's the play right here. They went back with that fake to fullback on the dive, and Lawback kept it. And again, fell for the extra couple yards for the first down.
So Valley View's got to get a number of bodies towards their bench here because this has been a successful run, and there's no edge established.
No edge for Wilk, and he's got some speed. He gets inside the 15 to the 13.
That's 3 or 4 downs, the same set, same formation, same play, and Valley View has stayed in the same defense, and they're not establishing an edge. You'll see it right here.
They're getting the extra man on the right-hand side, which was towards the Valley View bench.
We have an injured Valley View player down.
Cam Graphics is your #1 source for printing in Northeast Pennsylvania. They offer screen printing, embroidery, graphics, and more. Stop in their store at 210 Scranton-Carbondale Highway in Einan to check out their latest trends in school spirit wear. One call gets it all at Cam Graphics, the 2019 Weekender Reader's choice for the best T-shirt printer.
So we have injured Cougar. Ian Little gets up, knocked down, but it's 1st and goal for Berwick inside the Allied Services red zone. Ian looks pretty good there, walking off. But again, Wilk.
1st and 10.
So it's just outside the 10. My mistake, they're at the 12, so it's a 1st down. But they're still inside the Allied Services red zone. We're going to keep the drive going. But again, Wilk doing a nice job getting the edge, guys.
Again, with the way the offensive scheme is being done, they're bringing an extra man over, and Valley View hasn't adjusted to it. On that last play, Teagan, he's pointing and says, come on, man.
The light. I think he's looking at the lights.
Ball was a little bit high.
He knew he missed an opportunity there. What did Berwick see trying to get it out to Wilk, Stan?
Well, again,
with the secondary.
Everything is soft on the part of Valley View. I haven't seen them in any kind of press offense whatsoever. So the receivers are getting free releases.
Inside to Mason. Nice push up to about the 8.
I understand the offensive scheme on that one, Stan. They're trying to get it out to get a one-on-one matchup, but that's such a long throw that will give that soft corner a chance to come up and stop it.
But he's got to tackle, which is easier said than done.
And again, heads, that's why the Bulldogs want to get that one-on-one matchup.
Another 3rd down opportunity for the Bulldogs. Laubach towards the end zone. It's caught, and it's a Berwick touchdown. Sean Sheptock from Ryan Laubach for 6 yards. Excuse me, Blaine Cleaver, the tight end. Thought it was a 4. Cleaver gets in.
He's the backup quarterback. On this play, they run a bootleg, pull the right guard. They run a flood pattern, and the backside, number 9, Blaine Cleaver, came across on the drag for the touchdown.
Ryan Laubach is doing a great job. He's having a great impact on this game.
Hinkle in for the extra point, and we talked about maybe the inconsistencies early on of this offense, Stan. But right now, the Berwick offense is playing very good.
They've found a formula. And again, Valley View is really going to have to make some adjustments in terms of how they're defending that zone read and the perimeter run, where they're stacking the offensive and people.
More importantly, they just took a little bit over 4 minutes off of the clock with that drive. Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Northeast Outdoor Services, LLC. Northeast Pennsylvania's premier outdoor service specializing in landscape, hardscape, and snow removal. Check them out at Facebook and give them a call today for an estimate on your next outdoor project.
That drive, 60 yards, 11 plays. Just over 5 minutes off the clock, and the big play in there was a 4th down conversion.
Valley View's getting the ball here, and one of the things that I think should happen is that they're going to have to not run the ball on 1st down. They're going to have to maybe a play action or throw the ball, because they haven't gotten anything on 1st down in all of the series that they've had the ball running it.
Maybe Coach Hawanita heard you, and he's going to try to do the pass to establish the run game.
Well, it works that way at times.
It does.
Another kick to Zavkov up to the 18. This time that special teams is there as the Cougars will start just about the 27-yard line.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by the legendary taste of Grotto Pizza, a northeastern Pennsylvania favorite since 1953. Order online now at www.grottopizzapa.com.
This is the worst field position the Cougars have had. They're inside their own 30.
And Berwick's defense is really, I'm sure they're probably charged up now. Here comes a blitz.
Good push up front from that defensive line. It looked like Zaluko, 55, was in there, the linebacker, and he was for a loss.
Berwick had 9 people on or near the line of scrimmage that time. The Cougars are not going to be able to run the football against that defensive set.
And for as well as Berwick's defense is, that is a tall order. And there he is, taking on a block. He took on number 70, and he did a great job then making the tackle.
To coach's point, maybe got a throw on first down. Second down, they'll throw.
Here's a throwback.
No, just missed Manchak out of the backfield.
They practiced that this week when I came down to view practice. Janasa fakes the toss and rolls a little bit to his right and tries to get the running back running down the sidelines. He just overthrew the ball on that play.
And the receiver had Ryan Laubach by 2 steps playing at the Wills linebacker position.
Boone is 3 of 7 so far. He hasn't converted on his last 3 pass attempts, though. So another third down. Can Valley View do what Berwick's been doing? Picking up these first downs. Oh, they have a screen. No. Berwick is right there, and it'll be 4th down and a punt coming up for the Cougars. DeLuco in there again.
And again, Blaine Cleaver made that first hit on that screenplay.
Here we see Janasa just trying to set the screen up. Noto goes out to the right. No block there by Schwartz.
If you're a Berwick fan, you have to be comfortable. Your offense looks pretty good. You put up 14 points. You have a defense that may be one of the best in the state. Rosina got run into. Will call for the fair catch. But I think as Mason Laubach ran into Rosina, we're going to have a roughing the kicker. And it's ironic because Rosina didn't even get roughed up. It was Laubach who got put on the ground.
If this gives the Cougars a first down, it's a big change in possession.
And it gives them another chance.
I missed the call from the referee.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear what he said either.
Okay, so it was a 5-yard penalty. It will be declined. So it will be Berwick ball.
Well, that would have been big if Valley View would have gotten that ball back.
It appears that they are going to get the ball.
No, it was running into the kicker, not roughing the kicker. So running into the kicker is just 5 yards. They would have picked up the first down. So Berwick will get the ball back where they did the fair catch at the 25.
I'm not quite sure how you delineate between roughing and running into.
Now?
Maybe because Laubach fell. Most of your punters aren't going to be 260 pounds.
Well, this is a big series for the Cougars. They've got to stiffen up defensively.
And they don't want to give up any points now going into halftime, because then Berwick gets the ball to start the second half.
So the 5 yards were put on after the play. So the ball actually starts on the 20-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs take over, up by 7. Just about 5 minutes left in this first half. Quick pitch to Wilk. Somehow Laubach got it off. Flag comes in, and let's go down to Paul Grippy first. Paul, a lot of smiles in that stands.
Hey Bob, I'm smiling. This is John Henzis Memorial Stadium, and these are where the Valley View students sit. If you're a Valley View student, wave. See, I was right. This is where the Valley View students sit, and we are on the south end zone of the football field. They're supporting their team. They're loud, and they are great smilers. Everyone smile. It's Century Dental Smile Cam. Hi. Hey. See, nice smiles.
Paul's just happy he has friends. So the Casey Dental Smile Cam. So the play was illegal block. Backs Berwick up to the 10 now. And repeats first down.
I like this, how they're taking Sean Sheptock out of the game with being covered by Janessa Boone.
Oh, nice hole for Laubach after out of the RPO. He's up to the 22, 12-yard gain.
Valley View's got to come up with an answer here.
This
is like option football. You have assignments that you have to follow. Somebody's got to have that dive back or the zone read. Somebody's got to have the quarterback and they're not doing that. They've got to be able to take that away.
Well, the premise, and saying you know this with the RPO, is you're trying to get that advantage and get that misread, that miscommunication just for a split second. And Lawball's doing a nice job with the reads on the RPO.
You can see why he is the leading rusher coming in. So I'll bring up third down again now for Berwick. What do you want to see out of Valley View, Coach? What do you play for here? Are they going to run it or are they going to pass it?
Well, they're in a position where they can do either or because they've been successful on third down running that read option. It's the Cougars that are going to have to make the adjustment.
Thinking tight end, it might be payback. If you notice, there's no one on the tight end right now, outside corner, and they kept them in the block.
Flag coming in. I think everyone moved up front quickly.
Think motion, which
goes incomplete.
I think if it is, the Cougars will decline this and they'll get a punt. And there's a lot of time left. 3:22 to left.
3 timeouts.
That was a big stop for Valley View. You certainly didn't want the Bulldogs to drive the length of the field and put up another score before halftime.
Sheptock back for his first punt this evening. Zafkoff and Consaretti back. Valley View expecting good field position off of this. It's returnable. Zafkoff from his 38. Picks up blocks. Back inside. Flag down though. There's a flag back at the 46-yard line.
It's got to be. It's always a flag on kicks. Block in the back.
This one may be coming back. I don't think the crowd realized the flag. It was hard to see.
By the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. 1st and 10.
Big break for Berwick.
It was, but it actually was a block in the back. You'll see the gunners coming down if he gets in the frame, and it's right there. And again, it might have been acting on the Berwick player, but it got them what they needed. Backed up the Valley View Cougars.
It's the surprising thing is it happened on this side of the field. This linesman didn't throw a flag. The far side linesman did throw the flag.
And Coach Iwanis is still upset with the officials.
So Boone will start out in the shotgun for this series. Back to pass. No one open. He'll tuck it and get knocked out of bounds by Montez. And no gain on the play.
How smooth Janessa Boone is on that, Stan. That is incredible. I mean, that's a gifted, talented athlete right there.
He really is. He does things that seem so natural for him that most other players just couldn't execute.
You are absolutely correct on that.
And there's no thought process in it. It's just he's playing the game. He's got natural ability, instincts, speed, agility, great feet.
Great job by Montez, though. I mean, he has 7.5 sacks coming in, 3 forced fumbles, has an offer from Howard University. He's a beast up front. Did a nice job there catching Boone. Knocked down by Laubach.
His technique is really sound. He likes to lock the offensive lineman off. He likes to keep that separation so he can read and react. And the key part of that is with his arms being locked out and his hands being active, his feet are just as active, and that's why he's such a threat.
Now Valley View's having a tough time throwing the ball. Berwick secondary not letting anyone open in the blue jersey.
Well, when you have Tegan Wilk and Sean Sheptock back there, that makes it really difficult. And then you throw Blaine Cleaver in there, another gifted athlete.
So on third down, they go down the middle. Got it to Conceretti. And he's in for a Valley View touchdown. 65-yard touchdown. Boom to Conceretti.
See, nice touch on that. You know, there's quarterbacks have to throw the ball in different ways. Sometimes they have to zip that ball into a receiver. Sometimes they got to put a little bit of air underneath it and a soft touch, and that's exactly what Janasa did that time to Jordan Conceretti, who showed great speed after the catch.
Well, the secondary got beat there
They
by
did,
Berwick.
Bob. And you just said their passing game, and number 11, Preston Robbins, did get beat.
Kick is up, and it is good, and we are tied at 14.
Imagine getting a nurse's aid scholarship and tuition assistance while getting paid as a CNA. Allied Services has excellent career opportunities for RNs, LPNs, and CNAs. Visit allied-services.org/careers today.
Let's look at this one again, Stan, and what do you see?
Nice thing that Janasa does initially is to look to his right and just throw the ball to his left. And I'm not sure who's that chasing Conceretti.
It was Preston Robbins.
And looking at tape, I don't want to say this as a criticism, but I thought if Valley View had to attack one of the defensive backs of Berwick, it was going to be number 11.
Well, and then it's amazing how that play, they had the triple stack, and then they sent the back out trying to get Berwick to go, and that isolated, so they had a one-on-one with the backside tight end.
Still a lot of time to go in this quarter, so we're seeing a good one.
Yes, we are. Rosina tees it up. It will be a short kick to Wilk, about his 21, 20-yard line. He's going to be tough to catch. Still on his feet, some blue jerseys there. Rosina gets the lead, hit in there. He was still in bounds, no flag. And the Bulldogs have it. 2:30 left. Berwick has 2 timeouts left in this quarter, or this half, I should say.
At Quad A Driving Academy, our students do not have to go to the DMV to take their test. They test with us. Less stress means a higher pass rate. We're the only full-service driving training school able to serve Luzerne, Lackawanna, and nearby counties. Check us out at quadadrive.com.
So the Bulldogs back out. We're tied at 14. And let's see if they can do anything before the half.
Well, they put together a couple good drives, and right now they need to do that. They would love to get some points before the half.
Give it to Mason again, the sophomore, but Valley View's there.
That was a little counter play. Started as if it were going to be zone right, and he just breaks it back. I'm not sure that he pulled anybody on that.
Rosina on the stop.
They just did a cutback on that. That's take 2 steps, open up right, and cut back left.
Kyler Rosina has been an impacted player during this game, both offensively and defensively.
And special teams.
Laubach being chased, trying to find anyone to throw it to. He's just going to lob it down.
No.
And it's intercepted by Zapkov. Ill-advised pass goes intercepted.
Well, that's a high school quarterback trying to make something happen, and the frustration level set in. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. And again, I said earlier in the game, give Valley View secondary a lot of credit for that coverage sack.
And to be honest with you, they're missing probably one of their best secondary players. It's Kowalczyk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's out. He's only kicking because he had a concussion. So they'd be a lot stronger with him.
Wow.
Trying to direct Maurer down the sidelines, and Zafkoff was right with them. So now Valley View 3 timeouts left. Boone with a lot of time, hurls it deep to Zafkoff, just overthrown.
Stan,
again, you know, I love the call, but I don't like the route. Yeah, he's running into the safety. Wilk is there. If you're going to work on number 11 one-on-one, take him to the outside. Run by him. Make him run with you.
He had him beat, too. I mean, and again, I'm going to praise Janessa Boone, how effortlessly he just threw a 50-yard pass. Like it was
I don't want to
nothing.
be accused of being
No, I know. Stan,
no.
You're not.
He just does things that just boggle my mind.
It's tremendous to be able to watch a high school kid play like this.
We'll try to run it. Let's see if Coach Hawaiians wants a timeout. Probably not quite yet. Just going to let it run down again. So another big third down really for both teams.
Has Valley View had a run of more than 5 yards?
I will check my notes, but you may be right. I don't think they did.
So.
I don't think they have. Which should
Janessa Boone, when he did, I think when he broke it down here towards their sideline.
Noto had 1 for 5 yards. No, most of I have are minus numbers for the run. So third down now for the Cougars, and there is the timeout by Coach Iwanitz. Under a minute to play here in the half. Coming up in the, well, let's take a look at the Grotto Pizza keys to the game and for Valley View and see if they've lived up to it so far, Stan. They want to win the line of scrimmage. I don't know if they've been doing that.
They have not done that on either side of the ball.
They haven't given up any big plays.
Well, not real big plays, but they have not. They've been outplayed up front on both sides of the ball. Berwick's been able to run the football effectively, and they've been able to shut down the Valley View run game. So again, halftime is going to be interesting because both teams are going to have to make slight adjustments, if not major adjustments.
One of the adjustments, and I said earlier, was how Berwick's kickoff coverage they have to fix that because they're creating natural gaps for the returners of Valley View, and they're getting great field position to start. The defensive line of Berwick really has done a nice job, Stan, controlling and playing their gaps. But Valley View, again, a 14-14 game. This is, I mean, all the hype we talked about pre-game and all pre-week with this game coming in.
And a lot of credit for Berwick making the hour-plus trip up here. You know, Valley View's made it down there, a couple for 2 years. You know, they've come in here focused, ready to play.
As we've said during the week, Bob, we've seen a lot of blowouts during the course. We haven't seen any, at least not many, really competitive games, and this is great to see.
So on third down after the timeout, 4 wideouts. Boone going to be chased out of the pocket. This is where he could be dangerous. Throws across his body, and it's intercepted by Wilk. Hits Boone, knocks Boone down, and gets to the 37-yard line. Another bad pass by a senior quarterback.
Trying to make plays, and again, this is one of the things that athletes do. They'll try to make plays and not take care of the football.
Watch the hit that Wilk puts on Boone. Coming up, right?
He lowers it. He lowers
right
his shoulder right there.
He's a quality football player, Tegan Wilk is.
I'm sure that's what East Carolina likes about him.
Yeah, 16th career interception at Berwick. Coach talked about that in pregame. It's 21 in his career. 5 of those were at Southern Columbia. So now it's on the field. 38 seconds, 2 timeouts remaining, and the Bulldogs are in Cougar territory with a short field to take the lead. They'll go to the air and they hit their tight end. And he's up to the 25, 12-yard gain to Cleaver.
Does it look like Berwick's urgency. Oh, they call timeout. But that was a nice job by Lawback to Cleaver on that, to get a nice first down in there, get deeper into Valley View territory.
Coach DiFrancesco taking over for Coach Sheptock, and he's got this team focused and talking to them earlier in the week, and they feel like this is a better team than last year. And I don't think they mean on the field. I think it's they're more together. There's more of a togetherness for this Bulldog team than there was last year, which we talked about during the week, the undisciplined play they had in that game we saw.
We talked to Orlando before the game. We were out in the field, and that's one of the major points that he made is when the new staff came in, they really established the bar pretty high in terms of discipline. They want their players to be good characters, and so far that's what they're getting out of their kids. And you're right, Bob. We saw a lot of personal fouls, a lot of heads hanging last year against Valley View when it was, 35-7 in the final result of the game.
And Bo also said earlier that the kids have bought into the team concept where last year they didn't have that.
Right.
Here comes Berwick after that timeout. Lawbach almost knocked down, throws it to the end zone. Oh, he had Maurer, and it went in and out of his hand at the goal line.
Both quarterbacks are trying to make plays, and that ball was right on the money.
And that was tremendous pressure by number 33, Corey Coulthard. And again, wow. This is a great football game. If you're not watching it, you're missing a great one.
Well, the Cougars got lucky on that because that should have been caught.
Well, that's what happens. Things break down when a quarterback starts to move. You have to make some adjustments in terms of where you're going as a defensive back.
Lawbach with time. Still time. Goes to Mason. He got free from Turlip. Berwick's in for a touchdown with 18 seconds left in the half.
Lawbach had pressure in his face from Valley View.
Showing a lot of poise.
And he has lots of time. He's reading, he's going through his progressions, he's finding, and Stan, you said earlier, sometimes quarterbacks just have to know what kind of touch to have.
That's right.
And he just nice soft touch on that.
Well, this Berwick offense coming in averaging 31 points per game has looked pretty good tonight. Hinkle in for the PAT. It is up and through, and after the INT, Berwick converts it into points, and that's big going into the half.
Plus, they're getting the ball coming out in the second half.
Very impressive. Talk about the Bulldogs offense, what you've liked tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've always said since week 1 of last year when we started working together, it all starts with that offensive line. And there's 4 seniors up there, 1 junior, and they are taking control and almost dominating the defensive line of Valley View. And then Ryan Lawbach, like I said, he was really frustrated after he threw that pick, and he settled down and he drove the team right down for another touchdown. So these guys are hitting on all cylinders right now for the Bulldogs.
Bob, you and I got a chance to see Berwick in the opening week against Abington Heights. This is not even close to the same team.
No, we talked about the adjustments they make, between week 1 and week 2 teams. Well, how about the adjustments week 1 to week 6 now Berwick's made? They're getting better and better.
And Berwick has a nice rush attack right now going on against a very good Valley View.
Zabkoff has had a couple good returns up to the 35. Coming up at the half on our Toyota halftime report, Paul Grippy will check in with our friends from Allied Services. We'll hear from our Fox 56 News First at 10 team and see what's coming up on the news tonight. And then the three of us will be back in the booth and break down what has been an incredible and a lot of highlights in that first half. That's coming up on the Toyota halftime report. Both teams have not played a lot in the second half. Well, they're going to play tonight. So hopefully that rest pays off. So the time will wind down, and the Bulldogs have come into Cougar country, fired up and ready to play. They lead the home team by 7 at the half. Paul Grippy now with Coach Hawanitz.
Okay, Coach, down by 7 at the half, but you're playing them really even. What kind of tweaks or adjustments would you like your team to make here?
Well, we got to get a little more physical. They're all physical in us, I think, up front. We're not able to run the ball, so we'll hopefully we can make some adjustments there. And we're just defense. We have a couple plays. We just got to tackle better. We're not tackling real well, so we'll talk to them at halftime. Hopefully, come out a little better in the second half.
And your team hasn't really played a half like this season. How do you see them reacting to it?
Well, I hope they'll be able to react. It's a good team. We've been through this before, so we'll be okay.
All right, thanks a lot. George Hawanitz, coach of Valley View, trailing by 7 here at the break.
Thank you, Paul. We'll catch up with Coach Carm on the way back in. So there's a halftime score. It's a good one. You don't want to leave this behind. It's going to be a great second half coming up here in the Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals on MyTV WQMY. Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Allied Services, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Figured Law Firm, Luzerne County Community College, Casey Dental, Keystone College, and Net Credit Union.
I had some heart surgery and some things went wrong. They said I needed home health and they asked me who I wanted and I said only Allied. That's it. I had a nurse to help to deal with my heart problem. I had physical therapy for my leg problem. I had occupational for my shoulder problem, and I don't want any other home health. They're the best.
Creating smiles one family at a time. Casey Dental understands all high school athletes. Our team offers Invisalign and orthodontics to help straighten teeth, sports guards to protect your teeth, and dental services to make your smile stand out from the rest. Look for the Casey Dental Smile Cam at the next high school football game, and you just might see yourself on television. Casey Dental, 1073 Oak Street, Pittston Township. Easy to get to from Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. Call 570-654-4141 or visit caseydental.com.
Following an injury, clients are often unaware of the options available to protect them and their families. Having represented thousands of clients and recovered millions of dollars for injury victims, there is really only one way a client can make an informed decision: to be advised of the best options available while pursuing a claim. Knowing what is best for you as the client assures me, as your attorney, that I achieve the best result for you in your time of need.
Legal advice when in need. Figured Law Firm for you and your family.
Best part about football? The highlights. So Dish gives you NFL Red Zone, no extra charge. That's every touchdown from every game Sunday afternoons.
Go right here, hang on.
Because we know if you miss that action, you miss all this action. And that would be an awful shame.
Dish with NFL Red Zone at no extra charge. Tuned in to you.
Could you rescue me? This is the Friday Night Rivals halftime news update brought to you by Toyota.
Thanks for joining us for this Fox 56 halftime update. I'm Jamie Innes. Here are a couple of the stories we're working on for tonight's newscast after the game. A man was shot last night in East Stroudsburg. Police were called out about a man with a gunshot wound on Lackawanna Avenue. Officials say the victim underwent surgery early this morning as is in serious but stable condition. They still don't know who shot him. If you have any information regarding this, call police. A Missouri man is charged with homicide in Montour County. The body of a person who had been shot was found at this Super 8 in Danville last night. The victim is referred to as Potts in the criminal complaint. 33-year-old David Downing from St. Louis is charged with criminal homicide. Police have also charged 25-year-old McQueel Brown with hindering apprehension. A new study looking at children with cancer is raising concerns in our area. It shows there were more than 8,800 kids statewide hospitalized with cancer from 2016 to 2018. And while those cancer rates in some counties are what researchers normally see, around 20 to 30 cases per 1,000 people, it's a different story in Wyoming County, where that rate is nearly 50.
Maybe that in that particular population, we may have more families who are genetically predisposed or have underlying molecular characteristics which makes them at a higher risk for cancer.
The highest rate for pediatric cancers in the Commonwealth were found in Greene County. Chief Meteorologist Allie Debicki has a look at your game time forecast. Hey, Allie.
Hey there, Jamie. Fantastic evening for some football. Clear sky across the board, and that's going to hang through halftime towards the end of the game here. You'll notice not much to talk about on satellite and radar, but out towards our west, we will be watching for our next system. This won't really be impacting us tonight, mainly for your Saturday. We'll have more on that coming up on Fox 56, but once again, your football forecast. Temperatures going to sit into the 60s, but it's all good, folks. We're looking at a really nice evening. Enjoy it while you're out there. For more updates on the weather, tune to us after the game at Fox 56.
Really is looking like football weather out there tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here on Fox 56 tonight after the game.
You woke up on time. You remembered your coworker's son's name. You ate a salad. You impressed your boss. You remembered to get some groceries. You read a book. You went to bed before midnight. You're already adulting, and it isn't that hard. If you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage. But with a mortgage from Net Credit Union, you can buy your first home. Ask Net about first-time home buyer mortgages.
Creating smiles one family at a time. Casey Dental understands all high school athletes. Our team offers Invisalign and orthodontics to help straighten teeth, sports guards to protect your teeth, and dental services to make your smile stand out from the rest. Look for the Casey Dental Smile Cam at the next high school football game, and you just might see yourself on television. Casey Dental, 1073 Oak Street, Pittston Township. Easy to get to from Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. Call 570-654-4141 or visit CaseyDental.com.
Grotto Pizza, it's the legendary taste. Grotto Pizza, it's the legendary taste.
September 29th, a new family joins Fox.
Oh, geez, I'm so excited.
Good for you. Kristen Wiig. Maya Rudolph.
Yeah!
Jillian Bell.
Yes!
Kumail Nanjiani. And Ike Barinholtz. Yeep-a-doodle. Introducing a small-town family with a whole lot of spirit. I'm not Jesus.
I'm the Seeker for Gryffindor.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that for you.
Bless the Hearts premieres September 29th on Fox.
Halftime continues at Friday Night Rivals, and we step away from the stadium, and we're at Allied Services campus in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and joined by Bill Conaboy, the president and CEO of Allied Services. Bill, Allied has grown into such an enormous presence in northeastern Pennsylvania over the years. What makes it such a special and unique organization?
I appreciate you saying that, because we really have grown over the past 61 years. And I honestly believe Allied Services is one of the most unique healthcare systems in the country. And here's why. First, because we embrace our not-for-profit status, and we're committed to our mission. And as part of that mission, and as a not-for-profit, actually we're owned by the communities where we serve. And that right now is about 25 counties in Northeast and Central Pennsylvania. We're also governed by a volunteer board of community leaders. And those community leaders have allowed us, as management here at Allied Services, to reinvest millions of dollars into our facilities, into technology, and most importantly, into our people. And speaking of our people, you know, people don't realize we have nearly 4,000 employees living, working, recreating, worshiping, and being involved in the communities where they live. So we love that. that our employees are a huge part of this community. And then, of course, the services that we offer. Again, I don't think many people realize that right here in our valley are two of the top rehab hospitals in the country, consistently ranked that by outside agencies. Also, within those hospitals, we have our new state-of-the-art transitional units, which allow people that maybe don't need the level of care in our hospitals to stay in our transitional units for a short period of time and try to get them home. And as well, we have our skilled nursing facilities. At this point, we have nearly 500 skilled nursing beds, and we offer services in those skilled nursing facilities that no one else offers. State-of-the-art ventilator units, Alzheimer's care, wound care, etc. We're very proud of those. Also ranked within the top skilled nursing facilities in this country. Then our other services, of course, home health, where we bring medical professionals into the home throughout this community. Our in-home services, which we bring non-medical people into the home to help people to stay at home and live their lives as best they can. We have 18 outpatient clinics, again located throughout northeastern and central Pennsylvania, with just outstanding clinicians there that offer speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. Then we also have vocational training, behavioral health, mental health, all those services, again, which many people aren't aware of. Most recently, we entered the hospice service for this community. We built a beautiful new inpatient hospice, and we provide hospice in home. So we do so many different things that I'm not aware of many healthcare systems throughout the country that do all those. As well, in thinking about it, we have a school located on our campus here in Scranton for children with special needs that maybe other school systems aren't able to provide. So we do so many different things, and we bring so much to this community that I'm really honored to play a small role here at Allied Services.
Well, really, it's a part of our lives, because over the course of your life, you either know someone or maybe you yourself who will have an Allied Services and go to an Allied facility at some point. Bill Conboy, the President and CEO of Allied Services in northeastern and central Pennsylvania, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your support and the work that you do. And we'll be back with more Halftime right after this on MyTV WQMY.
This is my grandfather, Arlington McClough, also known as Butch, but I called him Poppy. My grandfather was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We chose Allied Hospice. He wanted to be at home, he wanted to be comfortable, he wanted to feel safe. They were kind, they were caring, they were loving, and they were knowledgeable. I loved him with all my heart. He was just the best man I ever knew in my life.
During my time at Keystone, I really appreciated how teachers worked hand in hand with me to help me grow as a person and as a student. Keystone was a great fit for me. I made lifelong friends there. I chose Keystone College, and Under Armour chose me.
Attend open house Saturday, October 19th. Students and parents register at keystone.edu.
Need a fresh look for your home? Browse the showroom of C&O Furniture in Einan for the same quality you'd find at bigger stores, but at prices that are far less. Plus, C&O Furniture will work with you to customize your style. Choose from more than 125 living room suites and 200 fabric selections. Your home is unique, just like you, so make it unlike anyone else's. Visit C&O Furniture and Mattress Showroom, 265 3rd Street in Einan. Call 570-876-2318. CNOFurnitureandmattress.com.
This fall, Animation Domination returns.
Get out of here!
With a star-studded new family.
I'll have a 12-biscuit bonanza.
Go get me some cheese bread.
I'll have biscuits and gravy with a side of type 2 diabetes.
Bless the Hearts, Sundays this fall on Fox.
Looking at a town screw-up, ex-con, city girl, and then
Nancy Drew.
Can we go now?
Nancy Drew. New series Wednesday, October 9th, only on the CW.
We are back at the half. The Bulldogs lead the home team, Valley View, by 7, 21-14. Before the game, members from Allied Services presenting a $250 check to Chris Caliani, the athletic director from Valley View. On tap for Allied, Caroline Northrup, Kimberly Davis, Ann Gorham, and Tara McVeigh from Allied Services. We bring it back up into the booth. Bob Ide, Jan Cechek, Stan Kaharski, the trio here, enjoying one of the best games we've seen all season long. What have you liked from Berwick so far?
I like how Berwick is establishing a run game, which we haven't seen, and their pass game has been very effective this evening. And again, props to their defense.
Cougars?
They're back on their heels, both offensively and defensively. They've got to do a much better job up front. The line is being dominated by Berwick on both sides of the ball, really forcing Janasa Boone to run for his life at times. So he's made big plays with the receivers, but they've got to try to generate some run, but they've got to mix up that pass run in a little bit different way than they did the first half.
Let's go down to Paul Grippy now with the Berwick coach. Paul?
Okay, Coach, you're up by 7 at the half here. How did you feel about your team's play in the first half?
Well, the first half, we were very fortunate. What we did was we told them in the locker room before the game, if something unforeseen or unfortunate happens early on, don't panic. And our kids weathered a storm, and I thought we did a great job in that first half. We found some consistency on offense, but we gave up that big play in that secondary. We're going to have to get that secondary straightened out.
You probably haven't seen a quarterback like Valley View's Boone. What's your strategy to contain him?
Well, exactly what we did in the first half. I thought we did a real good job with him. The issue is we can't let those receivers get behind us. I think we're focusing, looking in that backfield a little too much. So I think we got that straightened out at halftime. We're going to be all right.
Okay, Coach, it was a thrilling first half. We're looking forward to a thrilling second half. Bob?
Thank you, guys. Let's go right to the first half highlights. And Valley View started out with a 10-play, 50-yard drive capped right here to Rosina.
The structure of the play was terrific. Trips to one side, motion the back that was left there to the sideline, and left the tight end wide open.
And then Berwick scored 14 on answer. You saw Wilk, and then Cleaver catches the pass.
Nice job on the bootleg. And then on this play, there's an interception.
Oh, nope, this is Consoretti's big catch.
He ran a crossing route on that particular play. So, again, whether they were manned up or not, I'm not quite sure because I couldn't see that.
And then late in the half, Boone throws the big interception to Wilk.
And what's special about that is that broke a 21-year-old Berwick record. Lance Avina, who got a scholarship to Rutgers, and Tegan Wilk just broke that with his 16th career at Berwick.
And that set up Berwick's last touchdown. Great job by Laubach, and he finds the receiver out of the backfield. I mean, it's a big 25-yard catch, and it gives them the 7-point lead, Jan.
And they're just hitting on all cylinders right now. And one thing compared to last year's game is how disciplined Berwick is playing. So give a lot of credit to that coaching staff.
That was Aiden Mason on the touch. And second half is underway. It's kicked off to Berwick. And they are off. Great return by Lopez, and he's going to give Berwick awesome field position to begin the third quarter, all the way in Cougar territory down to the 34-yard line.
Cam Graphics is your #1 source for printing in Northeast Pennsylvania. They offer screen printing, embroidery, graphics, and more. Stop in their store at 210 Scranton-Carbondale Highway in Einan to check out the latest trends in school spirit wear. One call gets it all at Cam Graphics. 2019 Weekender Reader's Choice for Best T-Shirt Printer.
So here are the Bulldogs at the 35 of the Cougars. Laubach is back underneath center. He's 4 of 9 in that first half. And he's going to go right to the air, and they get Wilk, and he gets walloped by Boone.
I think that was a payback on that one, on the interception. They run a power play, set up that power look with the backside guard pulling.
No one could ever question Janasa Boone's physicality.
No.
But I think you're right. That was payback for the first half.
Well, Laubach in that first half, as I mentioned, 4 of 9 for 64 yards, interception, and a touchdown. Berwick ran 29 plays for 170 total yards. So nice job on the ground as well, and they go right to that with Laubach. And Boone makes the tackle. So it'll be a second and manageable coming up for the Bulldogs.
And again, here we go. Just a quarterback keep with the lead with the running back there. And Janessa Boone, we keep saying that young man's name over and over again, from his corner spot comes up and makes the tackle.
A lot of schools that are looking at him are interested in him as a defensive back. You know, he's about 6'1", solidly built.
Well, this is a game where big players are going to make big plays, and we've seen it so far here tonight. So a third down conversion coming up for Berwick. Can they do it? They hit the tight end is open, Cleaver, and he's still on his feet, and he inside the Allied Services red zone into the 14-yard line, an 18-yard gain.
This is a great play call by the Bulldogs. The tight end was wide open. Linebacker didn't drop to his hook to curl because I think they were just got stuck flat-footed reading.
Again, Valley View needs to adjust to that set. They're just playing so soft. They're off all the receivers, and they've got to change that up. They've got to go to a little bit more pressure on the part of the defensive backs.
Laubach showing senior poise in the pocket tonight. This to Wilk. We've seen this in the first half. Can he get the edge? He does, and a flag comes in. I think this may be holding on Sheptock as he was matched up against Boone. The ball will be at the 1, but let's check in now with Paul Sheehan, our referee tonight. It is a hold. So a break for the Cougars.
Again, they're not setting an edge on that play consistently. As you watch this play develop, there's no blue shirts that you see until you're 5 yards down from the line of scrimmage. If they don't make that adjustment, they're going to be burned by it time after time.
One of the Berwick Bulldogs, Sean Sheptock, is not. You haven't heard his name called offensively tonight. So they're doing, again, Janessa Boone has been covering him down, doing a great job taking him out of the equation.
So the ball back to the 19-yard line. It still remains first down with 14 to go. Laubach out of the shotgun, set up a screen. This is Mason. Valley View's there, back up to the original line of scrimmage. Zapkoff on the stop.
The Berwick team has been well coached for this game. I mean, their attack offensively is extremely versatile. Different people getting the ball in their hands in different areas.
The sophomore running back just running the out pat or slip out, just coming right out of the backfield on that. Linebacker didn't cover him down. That was a tremendous hit coming up from the secondary for Valley View on him.
Second man through, Maurer. Valley View's right there. Turlip shoots in.
On this play, they fake it to the fullback going left and turn around and just hand it to the tailback going to the right.
And again, Stan, another third down. We've seen a lot of these tonight, and it's mostly been the offense that's converted them.
Well, listen, if it were me, I'd pressure all of the receivers and force the quarterback to throw perfect balls. Just don't let them run by you, but stay as close to them as you possibly can.
They have moved up. Laubach has space. He wants to run. He throws it to the end zone. Oh, flag comes in. The ball was over the intended receiver's head, but I think they're going to definitely say it's let's say what the call is, interference. It's Cleaver down. Ponceretti was there, and it is against Valley View. Coach Wanitz wants to know what happened. It might have been the hit as well. It was a little bit hard. Let's see it in slow motion.
Well, they didn't call personal foul. What they call is pass interference. Uncatchable ball.
It was uncatchable, and I'm sure that's what Janessa Boone's trying to get clarification from the official that threw the flag.
No matter what, the ball will be at the 6-yard line. Off the penalty, first and goal, Berwick. Inside the Allied Services red zone, trying to extend their lead. Now, Cleaver's coming off late. Was he shaken up?
He was. He was down on the carpet for about for a couple of minutes, so he should, technically, he's got to come off for one play.
Timeout was called, I believe, by Berwick. So Berwick called the timeout. Cleaver was walking over late, so check on him, of course, as Coach just said. But this is a big play for both teams. It's a 2-score game if Berwick can get this in, or even a field goal.
And they have a good kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that with his extra points. If we were to chart the passes on both teams, one of the things that jumps out at me is that most of the receptions that Berwick has made are all shorter intermediate routes. Valley View's thrown the ball down the field, and they haven't been as successful as the Bulldogs have been. And the reason for that is that Valley View is just given a lot of space.
That cushion.
A lot of cushion.
Well, that's why Laubach at the half had 64 yards, where Janasa Boone had 109. Right.
And Coach DiFrancesco even made mention that he's worried about his secondary, so they've got to be really cognizant of playing great football when Valley View gets that offensive machine going again.
After the timeout, 3rd down. Blitz, mix-up, toss, Mason. Can't get in, but he's at the 1. So a 4th down call coming up for Berwick.
Berwick's playing with a lot of intensity. You can see this with Mason finishing that run.
It's a good job by Zafkov coming off that block, or that would have been a touchdown.
Very good, Bob. I mean,
and Laubach, too, get the ball out. He had a guy in his face.
That little pitch that he did, it wasn't a true option. Again, what they ran for week 1 is way different than what they're running right now.
So 1st and goal. Laubach. Touchdown, Berwick. Ryan Laubach behind his center, gets it in, and now Berwick is up.
Again, Nick Heimbach is the senior center at 5'11", 215 pounds, the lightest kid on the team.
You take a look at that replay, and you'll see a lot of blue shirts being driven back into the end zone. Great job by the offensive line.
We talk about leverage with that, and again, we always say low pad wins, and Berwick that time, they're getting that leverage and just moving the Cougars off that line of scrimmage.
Hinkle in is up and through, and the Bulldogs trying to knock off the Cougars. They have a 14-point lead, 8:08 remaining in the 3rd.
Following an injury, clients are often unaware of the options available to protect them and their families. Having represented thousands of clients and recovered millions of dollars for injury victims, there's really only one way a client can make an informed decision: to be advised of the best options available while pursuing a claim. Knowing what is best for you as the client assures me, as your attorney, that I achieve the best result for you in your time of need.
Legal advice when in need. Figured law firm for you and your family.
So we are back, and after the short kick, Valley View will take over on the 35.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Northeast Outdoor Services, LLC. Northeast Pennsylvania's premier outdoor service specializing in landscape, hardscape, and snow removal. Check them out on Facebook and give them a call today for an estimate on your next outdoor project.
Noto gets the carry, and he brings up the Bulldogs, carries them for about 8.
Again, the Bulldogs had 8 men on the line of scrimmage or near the line of scrimmage. And that was the best run that we've seen out of a running back on the part of the Valley View team.
And number 99, Anthony Cisco, had the first hit and just uncharacteristic Berwick defender, he actually fell off and didn't make the tackle.
Well, TJ Noto is a pretty strong kid. He's 5'11", 210.
Might have been the longest carry of the night and shooting through his man-chack. So George Hawanitz probably urged his team, we need to play tougher football, and they have on the first 2 carries at least. They got a first down on the ground.
Now, Berwick has brought in a new right corner, number 2. They've taken Preston Robbins, whether he's hurt or not, I don't know. But again, if you're going to throw the ball, you want to go at somebody that hasn't been in the game too much.
And Berwick just substituted Sullivan Slabinski at the left tackle position.
And here we have Savkoff. They're one-on-one right here.
Number 2 on the outside now for the Bulldogs. Play action. Boone looking long. Into double coverage. Just outside of the reach of Zavkoff. He's on the ground.
Stan, you and I were talking at halftime what Valley View has to do, and they did. They put the corner on the island, but Tegan Wilk, being that athlete that he is, he covers field.
Exactly, but the route is run to the inside where he's positioned. Again, if you want to attack one of the defenders, it's got to be to the outside, either a comeback or just a go route.
Paul, do you want to add something to our conversation? What do you have?
Well, John Snipes just came limping off the field. He's the left tackle for Valley View and really does a lot of the blocking for Boone. Snipes is an important part of this team. He is getting some attention from college recruiters. He goes 6'4", 265, but probably most interesting, he is hearing impaired. And he doesn't wear his hearing aids during the game, so sometimes they have to tell him especially what the play call is as he breaks the huddle. He is involved with helping children who are also hearing impaired, but an important part of this Valley View football team, and right now on the sideline getting some treatment.
So Schnippis out, but they've run the ball pretty well with him not in there, Stan.
Yes, they have.
And they've done it on the ground so far, picking up a first down. So 3rd down on the way, call it 4 for the Cougars to keep this drive alive. Boone just gets to the outside. It's going to be depending on the placement. He's just past the 45 to the 46. I think he's a yard short.
So on this play, Valley View did a tremendous job picking the blitz up.
Yeah, they
I
did.
mean, they had 6 guys, 6 Bulldogs coming up, and they picked up every one to allow Janessa to get out to the outside.
So down 14, Coach Hawanitz will go for it. Here, midway through the 3rd quarter. Boone leans forward, and he's got the first down. Well, coming in, Jan Berwick was only giving up 14 yards per game on the ground. Well, obviously, Valley View's done a nice job in this series keeping it on the ground against that Berwick defense.
Second half adjustments in the Valley View locker room says we have to establish the run. And they are doing it right now to a very good defensive Berwick team. So kudos to the coaches for their halftime adjustments.
Hard count, man check through to the right side. Is this setting up play action?
Well, it better be, because they're not going to be able to sustain this kind of a drive with a 2 tight end formation or an I formation. Berwick's been too tough up front. And again, it's not just the front 4. They're bringing people up to the line of scrimmage. They're jamming the line of scrimmage with sometimes as many as 8 defenders. And they're daring you to run the football, outside at least.
So with their...
They better hurry up or the play clock is going to...
Up quickly. They get it? Boone almost got out of the grass, but Montez is there along with Schechterly. We call his name for the first time tonight, and it's a loss of about 3.
It was an interesting play. Fake toss, keep, turns around, spins, and he's got his right guard coming down.
That's a counter tray play that the Redskins made famous a couple decades ago. Now, except it's the quarterback running it, and backside guard and tackle are pulling.
I remember that, Coach.
Remember that?
I remember those skins. A guy named John Riggins back in there, and then the offensive line, they referred to themselves the Hogs. That's right.
Boone with a quick toss, just trying to get it to John Clark, the tight end, who was spread out. And fourth down, I think if you're Valley View, you have to punt. The punt team is on. If you're a Berwick fan, you have to think you're very comfortable. You have a 14-point lead. You have a defense that's only one of the best in the state. Now you get the ball back. So
and more importantly, that opening drive ate up 4 minutes of the third quarter. They did a nice job stopping Valley View on this drive, and they get the ball back, Bob, like you just said.
Rosina with a high kick. Wilk fakes it, and Valley View will down it at the 1 foot line. Literally just outside the goal line.
Who made that play? Number?
Manchak, I think.
Parents, save money on your car insurance. Quad A Driving Academy is a certified PennDOT third-party tester. We have helped over 10,000 new drivers become safe, confident, licensed drivers. Save money by checking us out at quadadrive.com.
Well, one aspect we haven't talked about a lot is special teams tonight. Not only has the kickoff set up, they've had some great returns, but on that now you're backing a team up to the 1 yard line. It's the third phase of the game you guys talk about all the time, and it's playing a factor in this game, I think.
This is critical for Berwick to keep ball security, control that offensive line of scrimmage, and then try to get a first down.
We're going to see which front is going to take advantage of this.
Well, they get out to the outside, and that is the sophomore Mason. A breakdown on the Valley View defense, and Berwick is out on a great run. Let's see where they mark it past the 30. It's going to be about a 30-yard gain for the Bulldogs.
And you'll see on this replay, what a great call. The offensive line, they just step left. The tight end allows the defensive end to get sucked in, and there was no outside contain.
I've said this over and over again. You need to establish an edge player. You cannot let a runner get to the outside of your wedge player.
29 yards officially on that run, and boy, Berwick is out now. Ball's on the turf. Who's got it? It's picked up by Valley View. Picked up by Zapkoff, and the Cougars will have it with excellent field position inside the 20-yard line.
What hasn't Alex Zapkoff done tonight?
Right there. There was just, you have a sophomore, and he just got out in front of the quarterback, and it hit his hip instead of getting it in the gut, and the ball came out, and Zapkoff, Stan, you just said it, he's been all over the field.
Yeah, special teams, offense, defense.
So an opportunity inside the Allied Services red zone now for the Cougars to cut into the Bulldog League with 3:24 remaining in this third quarter. From the 15, Manchak cut. Great tackle by Cleaver. This is going to be a tough defense to score upon.
That was Kilmer running the football. Yeah, who's been banged up over the last couple of weeks.
On this play, Eric Montez takes on the fullback, and then he just comes in and finishes it up really tough. Valley View ran that ISO left.
Would you like to see a play action on that or something?
On first down, I would love it.
Especially with the God-given talents that Janessa Boone has.
Right here. You see where 4 is?
Boone just going to run it through. Gets only a couple as Montez comes up after the tackle.
Valley View went with that really heavy, an elephant front to the left. They had 3 guys right there in back of the tight end.
Well, I believe Valley View, I don't know if they'll kick a field goal or try to kick a field goal here if they don't make this first down.
Well, Schnippis is back in at left tackle, so that's a positive for the Cougars. But a third down coming up. after the turnover. Pressure on Boone. To the end zone, wide open with Zach Manchak. Boone finds him. Touchdown, Valley View.
And he's limping, but I'm sure he's not feeling that now.
No.
He was wide open, and Boone did it with his legs.
Again, that's that play that they ran earlier. You can see he fakes that toss and comes back to the back running a go route.
Berwick's defensive back that came in is Devin Smith, the junior, and he was in no man's land. He didn't respect it.
So Kovalchik on for the PAT. And the right-legged kicker puts it through. And after their turnover, Valley View now cuts the lead to 7.
Big momentum shift.
Yep. Points on the turnover.
And we said during the week, keys to this game, turnovers and big plays.
Yeah.
Well, we expected a good game, and we've seen it from both sides.
It's been a great high school football game.
And here's that
Exciting.
touchdown again.
But again, look at how he keeps the play going. He's under pressure. He steps up in the pocket, finds a receiver.
He's cool, calm, and collected. That's for sure.
He's a great.
He doesn't get rattled.
He's a great kid. He's fun to talk to. He's 18 years old. He's going to get bigger and stronger.
Very pleasant kid to talk to. Very articulate. I talked to him this week, and
he's a basketball player too, isn't he, Bob? Or not?
Well,
he's a football
player trying to. Okay.
Actually, I was told last year he was a pretty good wrestler, but he didn't wrestle.
Rosina teeing it up. He's going to line drive this down to Wilk. Teagan will wait for his blocks. And good field position past the 35 to the 36. So now, can the momentum of that play go on to the Valley View defense? Can they stop this Berwick offense that has really run the ball well tonight?
They're physically, I think they're starting to take a toll on the Valley View defense. And we still only have 141 left in the third quarter.
There's Dr. Casey Dento's smile cam for the Cougars of Valley View. The fans trying to get them going. Mason gets the run, but there's a flag down. And by the sound of the fans of Valley View, it's a hold. We'll get the official word from Paul Sheen in a second. Now the fans, everything now on the Valley View side. Berwick has to do their job now, and right now, let's see what it is.
Holding. Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We play first down.
Stan said it earlier, the momentum swing right now is Valley View's favor, and they have their home crowd here now back into the game. It's going to make it difficult for Berwick to try to get this first down.
Backs them up 10 now. See if Berwick now wants to stick with that run. They do to Mason, and Valley View's right there this time to stop them. Rosina coming up.
He's a very, very good football player. Nice sized kid.
Rosina had 19 tackles coming in, 3 for a loss, and 1 sack this season. Now, for a lot of these players, they haven't seen action in the third quarter this season. They've been in
both sides.
On both sides, right?
Well, yeah, it is halfway through. Yeah. You would imagine that these athletes are in good shape.
Williamsport had tougher game. Berwick played Williamsport to 17-10, so the Bulldogs, I'm sure, played a lot. Laubach flips it out of bounds.
There's no receiver there. There's the flag. He lost it down.
Yep. This can't make the Berwick faithful happy. It was a late flag. But as Coach said, no one was in the vicinity when he threw it.
I'm in favor of them adopting the pro rule or the college rule. you're out of the pocket, you throw it away, so what? I don't think that. I mean, from a safety vantage point, again, pressure here. See pressure from Ryan Turlip.
And look at the coverage, though, in the secondary, and I've said that all game. They're doing a tremendous job, but they're still giving Laubach too much time to try to find that open receiver.
And 2 big penalties now after the touchdown for Berwick. 3rd and forever. The ball placed at the 17-yard line. They have to get all the way to the 45 for a first down. So if you're Berwick, you play it safe here and you let your defense win this game.
Well, I don't think they're going to play it safe.
No, right now, Valley View changed their coverage to their trips.
And plus they put Janasa more in the middle of the field.
Here comes the blitz from the outside. They get it to the tight end, Cleaver. Cougars are there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's Ryan Turlip again, I think, on the tackle. Yes, it was.
And the pressure they put on that time was right there. But again, last time that Berwick came out in that trips formation, this number 2 receiver from the sideline, they didn't have coverage. They were playing that soft coverage. That time they were playing more man.
Adam Hawani's on the stop, and we're headed to the 4th. Valley View trails by 7, but the momentum on their side. Can the Bulldogs hold on? We'll find out.
Hi, I'm Lauren Beppler, and I'm the Community Engagement Specialist at Net Credit Union. Net Credit Union has a team of credit score experts ready to help you. Think to yourself, you graduated from high school, maybe even college, and are probably working at a real adult job. These are all great accomplishments, but the biggest accomplishment of them all is adulting. Whether you're buying your first car, applying for your first credit card, or most importantly, trying to raise your credit score, Net is here to help you through every adulting step of the way. If you're old enough to take care of yourself, you can take care of your credit score. Adulting isn't scary with Net. Let us see if we can help you. Net is proud to be a supporter of tonight's community event. There's so much more you get when you bank on Net. Net is federally insured by the NCUA and an equal opportunity lender. Visit netcreditunion.com/credit score.
Berwick punting. Zapkov picked it up with some momentum at the 35. And again, another nice return for a Cougar on special teams. And Valley View set up nicely in Bulldog territory at the 46.
What I like about
Cam Graphics is your #1 source for printing in Northeast Pennsylvania. They offer screen printing, embroidery, graphics, and more. Stop in their store at 210 Scranton-Carbondale Highway in Einan to check out the latest trends in school spirit wear. One call gets it all at Cam Graphics, the 2019 Weekender Reader's Choice for Best T-Shirt Printer.
Noto with a powerful run for about 4. Make that 5 yards.
What I like about Savkov's approach to returning kicks is his acceleration. He gets that ball off the turf, and he sees a little gap, and he really accelerates into it. And you know what? If I'm a coverage guy, I'm not sure I want to tackle a guy running at full speed like that.
And it becomes a guessing game. When you see that returner coming at you full speed, the returner knows where he wants to go. As a defender, you're not sure where he's going.
For sure.
Boone looking for any kind of opportunity, but right into the hands of Eric Montez. And he's tackled for a loss. That play has not really been successful tonight.
Well, listen, they came prepared to take him out of the game as much as they could as far as his running ability.
And they run power with the pulling guard. And again, those guys at Berwick defense is just swarming to the ball.
I would think now you're in 2-down territory, 2 downs to get the first down, Coach. Especially down 7 inside Bulldog territory. Let's see if they go to the tight end. Over the middle, little drop route.
It's a curl by Consoretti, just goes down to about 14 yards and turns inside.
He went right into that dead zone, Stan, where
Yes,
there
he
was
did.
nobody, splitting that zone defense.
14-yard game, picks up a first down, another third down conversion tonight. This one by Valley View.
They seem to be picking on number 2, Devin Smith.
Now they brought Sheptok out.
Back to Boone. Boone's got to make one man miss, and he does. 2. Almost made a third. And we have an injured Cougar. The ball is at the 22, but someone is down.
Grabbing his
Is that
knee.
Rosina?
I don't know. I can't.
I think that's Rosina.
I
Let's look
saw
at this one
7.
again. So a little trickery. Oh, yes,
Oh.
Rosina got rolled up on his knee. So as Kyler Rosina lays on the turf, boy, we hope he's all right. Of course, Dylan Hawanit's already out. And here's what Valley View's faced this year and what they have coming up. Brought to you by Cam Graphics. Boy, it doesn't get any easier next week. They go to Western Wayne, who's taking care of Lakeland tonight. Then they get Dallas, who they played last year in the championship game.
And Scranton is on a roll. I think they're 4-1.
Yes, they are
at this point. So it's
Western Wayne's a big physical team. Oh, good, he's up.
And Rosina gets to his feet and walks off. Good to see. Well, this is the most points this Berwick defense has given up this season. And you might have expected that coming in with the high-powered offense that Valley View has.
23 points in the first 5 games?
Yep, 23 points. They only gave up 10 to Williamsport. They won that 17-10. They had 2 shutouts in there as well.
Well, they're playing a state-ranked team right now in Valley View, so this is everything we said. It's a great game, great high school game.
Here comes the blitz. Valley View picks it up. Boone has space. Gets a block. And he's up to the 12. First down for Valley View. Right from there, inside the Allied Services red zone.
This is what a heads-up play by Janessa Boone. And what I'm most impressed is he didn't take the hit. He could have, and he ran out of bounds.
The only thing I'd like to see him is to tuck that ball away.
Basics, right, Coach?
Ball security down, especially when you're down in the red zone.
Little student body right. Cougars, Bulldogs, Mason Laubach does a nice job.
This is going to come down to a game of wills. Who wants it more than the other guy?
And right now, Stan, you said about the will. I think Valley View is opposing their will right now on the defensive line of Berwick. They are starting to move the ball on the ground with the running game.
And the penalties have hurt Berwick.
Big
that
time.
possession put them back after they had a big game coming out of their own 1 foot line.
Ever since that fumble, momentum on the side of Valley View. Looking to tie this one up. They need a touchdown. Boone over the middle. Hits Clark, the tight end. Pulls it in, and it's a Cougar touchdown.
You got to love using the tight ends.
His first
It's a
touchdown
very
of the
good night.
season.
A
for
great
Clark.
night for tight ends. But what I like, Valley View, they went to that spread offense, and they had all of a sudden now there's no one playing center field.
And there was a little bit of coverage there, but not enough. That 55 wasn't there in time, and they were looking to the outside, the defenders.
And Blaine Cleaver on that one was in a bind. He was on. Do I go out? Do I stay? And they threw it right on the inside.
Kowalczyk in. Almost blocked. It is up and through it. We're tied. 8:08 remaining. Valley View goes 55 yards in 7 plays. And we are tied at 28.
The CW38 is so excited for the premiere of Batwoman on Sunday, October 6th that we proclaim it to be Batwoman Day. Celebrate with the CW38 and 97.1, 95.7 VHD at Gracie, NEPA, and Oliphant from 2 to 5. There'll be free pizza and bat wings, free Batwoman masks, and we'll spin the prize wheel for more. Dress up like Batwoman for a chance to win $100. Gracie, NEPA will have free seminars on women's self-defense and tips for kids on bullying. It's all free for Batwoman Day, Sunday, October 6th at Gracie, NEPA, and Oliphant from 2 to 5.
It's time to go. Toyota, with the best resale value of any brand, again for the third year in a row. Because when it comes to holding value, nobody does it better than Toyota. In fact, Toyota has 3 of the top 10 ranked by KBB.com for 2019, including Tacoma at number 1. Now, lease yours for $259 a month, or buy with $1,500 cash back, or pick a Tundra with $3,000 cash back. Go reliable, go Toyota, and let's go places.
After the Keystone College kickoff, Berwick has it about the 35-yard line, but what a nice drive. 14 unanswered for Valley View.
Great comeback, a great show of character on their part. They're playing like a 5-0 team. This is the first time they've been really tested.
Well, both teams, yeah.
As you said, yes. A lot of their starters were out at the beginning or well into the middle of the third quarter. So this is interesting.
So let's think back, Jan. Berwick had the ball on the 1 foot-yard line. Mason runs it out, and you think, oh, we're in good position if you're a Bulldog fan. Next play, Mason fumbles, and it kind of shifted everything to Valley View's side.
And then, they scored. Yeah. Valley View scored on that turnover, and this stadium has become electrified, especially now that the score is tied up.
Oh, that's Rosina again on that play. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, you ride this a little bit. What's going to work for you? What's been working for you tonight for Berwick?
Well, their run game has been going really well. And again, now they have a little bit of field position, so they don't have to be as cautious. And again, they're going to try to get Lawbaugh, I think, now a little bit more play action.
They've had a good balance between throwing the ball and running the football. And number 16 has done a nice job for them. Of course, Lawbaugh has done a great job for them.
So let's take a look at the CAM Graphics Berwick schedule to date, and there's what they've done so far. Here's what they have coming up. Hazelton, Crestwood. Then they have Dallas and Wilkes-Barre back-to-back at the end. And you talked about the points they could get. So no matter what comes out of this, they still have to play some 6A teams.
And those are power points that are going to help them get a better seed in the playoff run. And again, right now, Coach isn't worried about the rest of their schedule. He's worried about the 7 minutes and 43 seconds left here at Valley View Stadium.
I know there's been some talk about Valley View, Dallas, Berwick all playing each other and then meeting each other in the playoffs. Maybe they want to get away from that. What are your thoughts on that? Should they be playing each other in the regular season?
Well, I think it's a good test for them. Again, rather than playing somebody that's not going to be competitive, I think they're better off. A game like this is going to really tell you a lot about what your makeup of your team actually is.
Yeah, 3 state-ranked teams in there, Jan. Dallas, Berwick, and Valley View all in 4A state rank. Only one can win the district title, though.
That's true. And again, these 3 programs that are state-ranked, there's such competition here. And the expectations of these 3 schools is bring it on. They want to play the best teams because they want to be prepared for that district run and then eventually the state run.
So Kyler Rosina remains on the turf right about the 35-yard line. I thought it was just a cramp, but
I thought it was too, and it looks like it's the right leg as opposed to the left leg, which it appeared to be when he initially was down.
That could be a big loss for the Cougars with Dylan Hawanitz already out, Kovalchik already out. He comes walking off, which is a good sign.
Well, we talked about conditioning. The fact that this is probably the most that both teams have played, the starters have played because of the scores of their first 5 games. So it could simply be, again, a conditioning issue, dehydration or what have you.
Back on the field, Berwick has the ball. They do have 2 timeouts. It's 2nd down and 7. Somebody moved, no flag. They give it over to Maurer, and Maurer is met by Colehart.
And there's Berwick trying to get to that outside edge, and Valley View again did a nice job making that adjustment to take that away.
This is a big down. This is third and about 6, long 5 or 6 yards. If they don't get this, are they going to punt with 7 minutes to go? Here they overload their athletes and they isolate Sheptock.
They spread them out. Here comes the blitz. Out quickly, and it goes incomplete. Trying to hit Sheptock. Pass was a little bit low.
And again, the coverage on that was soft. It was there.
I am a firm believer you've got to force them to throw perfect passes when you pressure those receivers.
So the Bulldog punt team on.
Of course, Valley View's got to be careful here, not to rough or to allow a fake to take place, which I don't think will happen.
Montez is the punter. No rush. Low line drive. Running start for Zafkoff. This time they're there, but they're going to have good field position past the 40 to start this drive.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Northeast Outdoor Services, LLC. Northeast Pennsylvania's premier outdoor servicing specializing in landscape, hardscape, and snow removal. Check them out on Facebook and give them a call today for an estimate on your next outdoor project.
We have another injured player. The only one I saw over there was Zafkoff get knocked out of bounds. So here's what we have next week. Jan and I will be up at Old Forge for a battle of Class A. Trail winning tonight over Mid-Valley. Old Forge and Dunmore locked up in a duel down in the pizza capital of the world. That's going to be a heck of a game. And, of course, then we'll see Berwick again in a couple weeks.
Yeah, yes, we will. And Stan will be taking Wilkes-Barre at Wallenpaupack. The Berwick-Dallas is going to live up to the hype in the Wyoming Valley Conference. And then you guys are going to end with Lakeland and Dunmore, a backyard rivalry.
That's the last regular season game.
It's gone fast.
It is. We are in week number 6. Very important games for a lot of teams. Old Forge, of course, #1 ranked team in Class A in the state. And I mean a dogfight with Dunmore. Last time I looked, it was 6-3. Old Forge. Back here, Cougars with the ball, 6:38. Boone trying to get a block. He does. And Cleaver stops him, an 8-yard gain. A little bit of room for Boone. Good job.
Yeah, again, this is a run by design. You can just see that the way he takes off to the corner, picks up a good 7 yards.
Jan tells me that Dunmore's winning 10-6.
10-6 in the fourth quarter.
Trying to get Noto, but the Berwick defense is not faked at all. Montez there. Slabinski.
And the Cougar faithful is looking for a flag. They felt this was a little bit of piling on by number 55, Mike Zaluko.
No flag. 3rd down on the way.
One thing I've noticed tonight, gentlemen, is that the officials are letting these two state caliber teams play. They're not going to make a call that could sway this one way or the other.
Valerie's got to hurry up or they're going to...
Just got it off. Boone picked it up and he gets walloped up near the 40. Big hit. He's going to be short of a 1st down.
Well, now this is a decision time here.
Well, watch this hit at the end.
Well, he got below
was going down. But still, I mean, Janessa Boone has been taking a beating from this Berwick defense all night, and he just keeps getting better, I think. I don't think it bothers him.
Coach Awanis going to roll the dice on 4th and 1. Up quickly. Boone has it, holds on to the ball. First down, Valley View. Time ticking. 4:38 remaining.
There's a smart quarterback. It's a quarterback sneak, but he takes it all the way out to that B gap, that tackle guard, or even the tackle tight end.
And what are defensive linemen told to do?
Pinch.
Submarine
Yep.
and pinch.
Stay low,
cause a pile. And Janessa Boone, Stan, as you said, he read that perfectly to get that to the B gap.
There you saw Ryan Laubach on the stop. The quarterback for the other side, he loves playing defense, and Berwick needs him over there.
Absolutely, because we've seen a couple different substitutions on Berwick's secondary.
Berwick playing close to the line of scrimmage. Manchak going nowhere. If Boone fakes it, he could throw up a pass again because they're showing pressure.
They are. And again, on first down, Valley View has not really run the ball successfully, except for Noto to start this half. So Berwick is just crowding that line of scrimmage, not just with their front four, but you watch the others. It'll be interesting on this down here what Valley View's set is. There they are opening up the set a little bit.
Watch that to get a piece of that tight end on the backside. They're setting it up.
Boone rolling. Crosses body, throws a strike, goes incomplete, trying to hit Consoretti over there.
You know, that's a pretty good placement of the ball. That receiver has to get underneath that and hug it and bring it into his pads. And he just lets it go through his hands. It's a tough catch to make.
That's a tough throw, being a right-handed quarterback going to the left.
He can sing it, though.
Oh, again, that might be the only deficiency I've seen. He's a little weak running to the left or throwing to the left as a right-handed quarterback.
Well, he said he was a running back growing up and through all his football career. Okay, Boone in the shotgun. Trying to look for somebody over the middle. Finally hits Consorelli, who's just standing there. Picks him a block. Jordan Consoretti in for a 38-yard Valley View touchdown.
What's that, 4 touchdown passes?
Yeah.
Here it is again.
Poise in a serious situation.
Consoretti looked like he was just hanging out.
He was the checkoff. He was the last man. And again, Janessa Boone checked off all his reads, and then just went to the safety valve.
Volchek in, extra point is up and good. 5-play drive, and Valley View takes the lead. They were down 28-14 in this one.
This is a great play. I mean, Stan, you said about the poise of that young man.
You know, I know talking with Coach Awan, it's about Janas's future. And Coach is a little befuddled by the fact that schools haven't shown a lot of interest in him as a quarterback, and they're wondering whether he can throw the ball or not. You know, in Valley View's offensive scheme, he's not supposed to throw the ball a whole lot. In this game, he's had to throw out of necessity because they haven't been able to run the ball. And I think he's thrown for 4 touchdowns, has he not?
He has.
And he's created situations where he's been able to deliver the football.
He has extended a lot of those plays, and he's 6'1", 190 pounds. He's a solid young man. So it's sometimes, Standing, you have a few more years experience than I do, and you scratch your head and go, what else does a kid have to do?
I know a couple things. The way the recruiting takes place now, kids are expected to go to camp when they're in 10th grade, go to a college camp, that type of thing. It's a crapshoot, you know, whether this kid is going to be able to play at a high level. I think Janasa can.
So new kicker, Rosina's leg hurt. Oh, it's a pop-up. A fumble by Schechterly. The Berg will have it. Pretty good field position at the 35.
Saturday means one thing, and that's college football. Starting at 11 is the Fox College pregame show. At noon, it's a Big 12 matchup as Texas Tech travels to Oklahoma. Then at 3:30, it's a Pac-12 battle between USC and Washington. Saturday college football on Fox 56.
Let's bring it back. 21 unanswered for Valley View after the fumble from Berwick. But Berwick has a chance. They have 2 timeouts. They have the ball. 3:13 remaining in this game. And Ryan Laubach has played a heck of a game tonight. Let's see if he can lead his team. Hits Tegan Wilk, who was kind of wide open. Brings it up for 15 to the 50.
You can't let the better players beat you. You've got to give special attention. He's looking to his left. Now, I don't know what Tegan ran, whether he ran a crossing route, but you can't let him do that. He's too good.
Again, they gave him time. That offensive line gave him time to go through his progressions.
Rosina is in there on the outside, playing defensive end number 87 after the injury. Laubach flips it out, and he gets hit a little bit after the play by Turlip. It goes incomplete.
Valley View went to a 3-man front. They're defending with 8. Smart move on the part of Coach Juan. It's keep everything in front of you and crowd those receivers.
And make the quarterback throw perfect passes.
I'm a firm believer in that in the high school level. You know, as good as some of these quarterbacks are, you got to put pressure on them.
There you saw Carmen DiFrancesco, the first-year coach, out to Maurer, but Valley View's right there. They get half of it back. Colehart on the stop.
He does a nice job checking that off. The ball was a little high, but again, now we got 3rd and 5, but the clock is running.
Crowd getting loud here in Valley View, in Peckville. They're on their feet. Little pump and go. Sheptock didn't read it. It was over his head, incomplete. 4th down upcoming.
Adam Hawanis was back there deep and did a nice job, I think, reading it. But again, that pump fake could have gone, but Sean Sheptock wasn't on the same. Here it is right here. Good pump fake.
And we have a Northeast Outdoor Services timeout called by Berwick with 2 minutes exactly left in this game.
Could we have scripted this any better?
No.
I have to give a tip of our hats to you for picking this game.
Well, what can I say? It's obvious. You have 2 state-ranked teams coming in. Berwick number 7, Valley View number 3. Don't forget about Dallas at number 5. And coming into the season, this is what we kind of expected. Last year we expected a game like this when we went down there to Crispin Field. Didn't live up to what we wanted to see as a game matchup. This has definitely lived up.
It's been a terrific contest.
A great high school football game.
And everybody that's watching this game tonight is watching state caliber teams right now playing for everything.
What are you looking for Berwick on 4th down? What do you do, Jan?
They've got to go for it.
Well, they're going to go for it.
They're going to go. I think they're going to go bootleg.
See now, they're given the 1st down. If they throw the ball.
Playing that cover 2 coverage.
Movement. Cleaver moved. Took a step. Will back them up. Bring up a 4th and 10. Big penalty for Berwick. They played so well. I mean, they had a 14-point lead to the Bulldogs, and they played really well tonight.
The turning point, the penalty after they ran the ball out of the with their backs to the end zone, and then they secured penalties after that. That's been the turning point of this football game.
When they had, what was it, Bob, 3rd and 45?
Yeah.
They may not get this playoff in time.
1 timeout left. 4th down. Laubach throws it up for Wilk. He makes a catch. Tegan Wilk. Throw to your best player will make the play, and he does. What a catch by the senior.
Great catch. Throw the ball up, let your best athlete or one of your best athletes fight for it.
Picking on his sophomore back there, Chris Consoretti back there, the 5'9", 150-pound sophomore.
Up to the 26-yard line. We've seen it tonight. Every 3rd and 4th down, I think they've converted almost every one, both teams. And here comes Berwick. No pressure over the middle. They hit the tight end. He loses the ball, but he jumps right on it. They're going to say incomplete pass. He didn't hold on to it long enough.
Now, if they score, could they go for 2?
Yeah. Let's not jump ahead here. Let's look at this pass again.
Again, they're getting time, but again, Valley View's allowing those short passes to get completed if that's what they want. Now, number 9, Blaine Cleaver, looks like he's banged up a little bit. He's getting up gingerly.
Seen both teams going to come out of this with bumps and bruises.
These two teams battle for 4 quarters. Bob, as you alluded to a few times, they haven't done that all season.
Keegan Wilk is in the backfield. Go. That's their last time.
Berwick looked like they didn't know what was going on. I believe what a great heads-up play by Ryan Laubach. Sheftak wasn't in the right position, and he immediately called the timeout.
And the ball was being snapped.
And that is their last time.
That was.
1:25 left in the game. It is a Northeast Outdoor Services timeout for Berwick. Yes, these players are exhausted. Valley View doesn't get any easier next week. They go to Western Wayne. And, of course, Berwick has Hazelton at home.
This was a previous play right there. He loses that possession, and that was a good no reception call. Coach DiFrancesco trying to get those Bulldogs. Keep cool, guys, and let's just do what we do. Let's try to get a first down, then we'll worry about the touchdown. Time management, though. Time management is going to be key.
If you look here, that Valley View has 2 of their better defenders up against the better receivers.
Motion, try for a trick play. They get it to Wilk. Wilk just heaves it up, and it goes incomplete. Boy, Berwick's lucky they got away with that.
I noticed they put Janessa Boone back at the safety position now. As you said.
He has been. They've moved him to a cover 2 type
How about
safety.
this?
Here we go. We're trying to go with the reverse. Heads up, throw back.
Oh.
I don't know if Wilk should have held on to it and tried to run. They're lucky they got out of that one.
And it stopped the clock, too. So
3rd down and 10. Valley View bringing the blitz. Quick out to Wilk. He's still in bounds.
No, but it's short. And
He's
the clock
short.
is going.
He's short. 4th down coming up. Ball at the 20. They got to get the ball placed. Time is still ticking. 4th and 3 for Berwick. This is the game. Laubach, head down,
Didn't get it.
knocked down. He doesn't make it. That was a hard hit on that sidelines.
a lot of players seem to be getting up really slow.
Laubach lays down. Clark gets up. Let's look at this one again.
He's looking, and again, Valley View secondary does a nice job covering it down and then breaking off and stuffing it.
Is that John Clark?
Number 6.
Clark made the big hit.
tackle.
He is shaken up.
Well, there's going to be a lot of good boys shaken up after this game. Valley View is going to get in that victory formation and take a knee.
Lots of ice baths tonight and hot tubs tomorrow to try to get those achy muscles done.
Ryan Laubach's still down with everything going on with concussions nowadays. You hate to go right to that point, but he took a hard hit and it looked like it was in the helmet.
And Coach Hawandis is over there talking with Coach DiFrancesco to make sure everything's okay. And you know, it is about sportsmanship, but more importantly, with the officials in this is more precautionary because we ultimately, safety for the players is number 1 priority. His legs are moving, so that's always a good sign.
I'm a nervous wreck here with this game.
It looks like Ryan gets up. And a big applause to him. He tried to do it, and boy, that might be the first fourth down call tonight that didn't succeed. And that was the biggest of the game.
That was the one that they needed. That low ball looks okay. He's just shaking up on it.
21 unanswered points. The Cougars will come out of here undefeated. Berwick will fall to 5-1. But we definitely know why both these teams were ranked in the state. Berwick's number 7, Valley View number 3. And as we said, this game lived up to the hype.
It really did. Stan, Ivan, I mean, this has just been such a great, exciting game. Both the leads going back and forth, the momentum swings, and how cool the coaching staffs have been for both sides.
Yeah, it's nice to see the teams that get their backs up against the wall come back and assert themselves, and then when the other team gets their back against the wall, they assert themselves. So it's a back and forth momentum switch.
I think you said earlier it was a battle of wills.
Well, and it appears that the Cougars outwill the Bulldogs.
No timeouts for Berwick. Couple knees will do it. This town of Peckville and Archbold and Einan will be rocking tonight in Cougar country. But remember, this is only week 6. Still a lot of football to be played.
And again, don't count the Bulldogs down. One loss is not, I mean, it hurts. But as we talked about earlier, the playoff implications they have picking up those power points against Hazleton and Wilkes-Barre, those 6A, it's going to help them with their rankings.
If Valley View can keep moving forward, it puts Berwick and Dallas in an interesting situation because one of them has to lose. And if Valley View continues to roll the dice, so to speak, they're going to be sitting in the catbird seat.
So make it 5 straight in this series for the Cougars. This time at home they win it. The final score, 35-28.
Well, our viewers have had to enjoy this, Bob.
They certainly did.
I think this was the best football game that was on tonight in the state of Pennsylvania.
Paul Grippy trying to get our players of the game, and he'll present the trophy from Allied Services. Let's go down to Paul now.
Coach, you were down by 14. How did you pull off 21 points in a row?
We made a couple plays, a couple turnovers late. I mean, that's a good football team right there. That's one of the better teams I think you'll see in District 2. So a little bit of luck, and, our kids did a nice job, I thought, in the second half.
How do you feel about your guys tonight, 6-0?
I'm happy. I mean, it's where we expect to be, and we're on to next week. So we got a big game next week, and, we'll get ready for next week.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll be right back with our Allied Services players of the game.
Let's check out now our Toyota play of the game, guys. It's the last touchdown. Valley View took the lead for good.
And the smart Janessa Boone under, cool, calm, and collected.
And how about the block downfield?
And the great running on the part of Consaretti. I mean, it was he made a couple of cuts there to get himself, and he showed again the speed that he and Savkoff bring to the table.
Well, Valley View showed a lot of grit. Berwick came in and was impressive early on. Let's go down to Paul now with our players of the game.
All right, so 2 guys from Valley View. They're the winners tonight. First quarterback, Janice Saboon. You guys were down 14. What were you thinking at that point?
Nothing, just come back out, have the greatest half that we could have, We came back out here and we fought as a team. That's all we asked to do. That's all we could ask to do.
And big plays happen. You got a fumble recovery there. You had that long touchdown there to take the lead. How do you put together and call big plays?
We have a great offensive coordinator named Scott Wasilchak, and, we just listen to him and we run that offense. And every time we run it, it just seems to work. So we're going to keep doing that.
All right, Janice Saboon, Allied Services player of the game. I have Alex Savkov, or Zeus, a player of the game here. Tell me what this win means to the team, how you guys feel about it.
I mean, for the playoff picture, it gives us a lot of points, but for our morale, especially, this is really our first tough matchup we've had, and we came out on top. I think it boosts our morale, and the guys around here, I mean, some people are crying. It's awesome. It really is.
Your first test of the season. What did you see from this Berwick team? What did it take to beat them?
Oh, they were so physical, and you have to match that physicality, absolutely. We had a few turnovers, but our linebackers the second half were filling the holes. Defensive backs not allowing a lot of passing yards. It worked.
Okay, Alex Safkov, Allied Services Player of the Game, and I'm going to give you the Allied Services FNR Champion Trophy tonight. Hold it up high. Let's watch you take it over to your team.
The Cougars taking home the FNR trophy, a big 35-28 win. For Berwick, what do you take out of this game?
That they've just lost to a very good team, but they're going to be on the rebound, and they're going to have to get ready for next week, just like every other team.
And we'll see them against Dallas, and Valley View still has to play Dallas as well, and we don't know how, we haven't seen them.
And I don't mean to cut you off, Bob, but I guarantee Berwick will be down Wilkes-Barre Stadium scouting out Dallas.
Tomorrow, the game's at 1 o'clock. Coach from the Cougars showed a lot of grit down, as Paul said, 14 at one point.
When you're behind, you've got to show a lot of intensity. You're behind a couple of scores. You do what you do best, and just keep yourself focused on the end result. And the Cougars did that, and Berwick didn't. I mean, they played a great first half. They're certainly in a position where they could have finished this game and put the Cougars to rest. But Valley View was able to overcome what I thought were some inadequacies in the run game in the first half. And again, the X factor is the man. I can't say enough about him.
The X factor, Janasa Boone. Yeah, when you have a talent like that, you're going to live and die by him sometimes. And right now, they're living a great undefeated season.
And the supporting staff, or the cast around him, they rise up to the occasion and help out.
You take a look at Conceretti and Savkov, even when Kowalczyk was playing, and Dylan Hawanitz, they've got 4 very, very good high school receivers. And the fact of the matter is that Janasa doesn't throw the ball that often because they're a run-first team, and they've been successful doing that, so you can't complain about that. But given the opportunity for him to throw the ball, he shows you what he's capable of doing.
And T.J. Noto and Zach Manchek, with the running game, the second half, Valley View came out and established that, and that's what I really firmly believe is what took it away from Berwick tonight.
That was a great football game. It was enjoyable to watch as a commentator here, and I think the people that were here certainly will go home happy, and Berwick will go home and they'll get better.
Okay, well, that will do it from Henses Memorial Stadium in Peckville, Lackawanna County. Well, next week we hope to have a good one that lives up to the hype as well. It's Lackawanna Trail and Old Forge. Jan and I will be down in the pizza capital of the world next week, and we're looking forward to that battle. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Stan Kaharski, Jan Cechek, Paul Grippy on the sidelines, this is Bob Hyde saying so long for Lackawanna County.